allow the children.
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. They touchlight every corner. Maiyegun don't come, okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Hello there.
Làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun live.
Àṣírí ọ̀dẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o.
Share this broadcast. It is good to be back again. Read the caption of the broadcast. It is very important you do that. Okay? It will give you the idea of what this video is all about. Read the description of the video as well. That too will tell you more about other important issues that will be discussed in the broadcast as well. Please. Nigeria denies Nnamdi Kanu's bail today. They said he is possibly going to jump bail again. They have now defied their own Supreme Court's directives. Nnamdi Kanu also sent some messages for all of us. You Me. Every one of us who is in the trenches facing this contraption, he has a message. I am going to take you into the courtroom. I've got pieces of clips I'm going to share with you what happened inside that courtroom, including the exchanges between Nnamdi Kanu and the judge. Now, today, gather live. Tell them, Maiyegun today. So, good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining from. Of course, it is Maiyegun live. I know you probably have heard the news that the corrupt, rotten, divisive establishments in Nigeria that kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu 33 months ago, just 3 months to 3 years, that he has been locked up illegally, defying their own courts. So today, also defying their own Supreme Court that said Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. When the Nigerian army, Nigerian military, on the order of Buratai the Butcher, decided to go to his house and kill him before his day in court. That was what their Supreme Court said. Ladies and gentlemen, 33 months that they have kidnapped him. They have not been able to present one single evidence of the crime they are holding him for. They have done everything to try to create and manufacture evidence by sponsoring and funding the politically, mobilized terrorists that they called unknown gunmen. On 2 occasions, Nnamdi Kanu gave his words that every kind of violence against the Biafrans, who he said is currently sacrificing for his own freedom, his health, his parents, his family. On those 2 occasions, it was completely rebuffed. So they kept manufacturing evidence. They created unknown gunmen. Yet, they are still unable to present one single evidence that Nnamdi Kanu instructed anyone or any group of people to perpetrate any act of violence anywhere in the name of IPOB. Remember, the Nigerian government under Buhari spent so much. They spent a fortune on lobbyists in America, trying to convince the American Congress to help them convince the White House that IPOB must be designated as a terrorist organization in America. And all of that money came to zilch because there was no real proof or any evidence that IPOB is behind any violence. Not now. Because if they did have their evidence, they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu for 33 months. And for those 33 months, they could not present an evidence that could at least convict him. They charged him for treasonable felony. They charged him for inciting the public against the government. They forgot to charge him for calling Boko Haram Jibrin al-Sudani. Now, Jibrin al-Sudani is something that Nnamdi Kanu said if he is proved wrong, he will drop the entire Biafra agitation if Bokwari could do DNA test. Now, they kidnapped him. He's been in their custody. He's been there. They've been psychologically torturing him. They've been doing a lot. They have been killing people out there, doing everything to possibly break him. Unfortunately, they are still yet to produce any evidence. So Bokwari is gone. And Tifnumbu is now the one trying to kill Nnamdi Kanu. And it is going to be where if Nnamdi Kanu is killed, I mean, if Tifnumbu succeed in killing Nnamdi Kanu, it will be to the satisfaction of the Ronukus. I am talking about the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, the bastards, the bad idiots, including their jihadist cousins from the Sahel, Sharia, Sokoto. They will be so happy that because of economic hardship in Nigeria has been killed by Tifnumbu, and Nigeria can, because there are so many of them that their obsession with the Igbos is unimaginable. Now, their obsession is so strong and self-destructive that Fulani terrorists killed 3 Yoruba Obas in a space of 3 days. 3 days they killed 3 Yoruba Obas. No single rage. In fact, these Abobakus, these ass lickers, crumb eaters, crumb chasers, all risers, they were doing everything. They were overworking to try to manufacture something that is going to link it to the Igbo. Now, obsession, we can see it. It's unfortunate, isn't it? So do not let anybody tell you that it was Bokwari, it's the Fulanis that are holding Nnamdi Kanu. Forget that. The person holding Nnamdi Kanu right now is no other person than the begotted, demented Tifnumbu, to the satisfaction of his own lieutenants. Don't ever forget that, and do not meddle in it. You see, those of you who like to stay neutral, nobody should be neutral in the face of injustice. You must remember that. You must never be neutral. In fact, when you claim to be neutral in the face of injustice, you have taken sides. And we can tell it is obviously not the side of the victims. It will be the side of the oppressors. And that's exactly where we are now. Okay? So Tifnumbu will be satisfying the bloodsuckers, the sewage dwellers in his own camp. And that's why we are going to go to their courts today. Now, in order not to waste much of our time, let's go see what happened inside that court this morning when Injustice Binta Nyako decided to continue to detain Nnamdi Kanu in the custody of the DSS criminals that are indeed doing everything to kill him. And today, Nnamdi Kanu told everybody present. In fact, he actually spoke a lot today. You would have to kind of take your time to begin to look into all of what he said and listen. Nnamdi Kanu said, they are trying to wait till I am almost dead. Then they will release me so that I won't die in their custody. I will go and die maybe after a week, a month, or 2 months after they release me. He said they have denied him access to his doctors. They've denied him access to his medication. They've denied him rest on so many occasions. He said he has developed lumps. That means under his shoulder. He has developed lumps through different kind of physical torture and psychological too, on several locations, just to for their own satisfaction. I'm talking about the DSS guys, just for their satisfaction. They will go and bring him out and just throw him straight into the solitary confinement, where it will be for days and sometimes for weeks. They will deny him access to his lawyers. And whenever they are really present, they are timed, ush, and push out. He's denied access to his prayer time. He's quite a religious guy, right? And as part of the psychological torture to further break him, they have denied him access to his prayer materials deliberately. So all of these are the things he's enduring there. And to him, he said that he's still alive. Somehow is a surprise. Because to them, they told him, they said, no, you will use the DSS hospital, DSS doctors. And even their own DSS doctors said, refer this guy to a proper hospital for a proper check and, like care on several occasions. And they have denied him all of that. So he confronted the judge inside the court today. He told her that, listen, except if you're also in on all of this, but does it make any sense? If you accuse me of something, do I not have any right at all being in your custody? Does this court not have any right to protect somebody who is in the custody of the state? And they are doing all of this. And every now and then we come here, we complain, you give order, nobody follow the order. I'll show you. But first, let's see the entrance when Nnamdi Kanu arrived in court this morning. Are you there?
It should be on this side. Yeah, feeling is there. Go to this side. It's better.
Cotton is it?
Go to together. I don't.
So that was the entrance and all of that, the lawyers and all that. Then there were like, in-house chats and all of that with his lawyers, pretty much like briefings, right? I think I have a copy of them. I'll show you. Yes. So it gets more interesting, right? So at a point he was being asked questions, and it was pretty much about, you know what, you've not really had a chance of saying anything much other than when you are briefly, brought to court. But there's been so much going on since your arrest. A lot of people have taken up in your defense. They have taken up the struggle to even a physical one, whereby the state government, the federal government, they are actually like set out, okay? The more they set out to sort of break the IPOB, it seems that the more stronger they have become. And in fact, it's like some of them have gone radical and all that, right? But it was like, no, listen, guys, listen. We must never forget why you want Biafra. It is because of what an average Biafran is facing in the current, how the current Nigeria is structured. This is an open secret, Abi. Now, these people want to ensure that the entire struggle is broken. They are doing that with me. But you cannot continue to give them what they will be using in justifying why they continue to kill our people and then they marginalize them. I'll take you to that. Listen.
Did you get it?
Password, yes. No, I'm not relaxed until we get absolute and total victory. I'm not relaxed. We know the law. My team here, they're more than perfect. They know what to do, and they're going to do it. And we're going to prevail ultimately. Because justice must prevail.
He's still in the dark.
The court just said that
We'll give you a woman from Southeast.
Depending on the strength of the argument. They're using it to do experiment at DSSS. Exactly. I don't see it. There is no way we're going to allow that to happen. My right for justice. Yes. My right to fair hearing must be observed.
There's nothing to pay into this dog and allow him to talk without his lawyer.
And he's only fighting for justice.
Yes. I have congenital heart failure. Congestive heart failure is called. From the medication, you can tell. So they're basically trying to keep me alive. So when they calculate that I'm about to give up, that my heart's about to pack up, they will now say go. So when I go outside, I will die outside. That's what they're trying to do.
The medications they've been giving to you,
yes. It's not working. If it's working, why would I have all these lumps underneath my...
And he has written a petition to the Nigerian Medical Association where they brought one quack doctor, somebody who is not a doctor, to treat him.
To come and try and treat him.
But up to now, they have nobody.
They don't know what they're doing. And they know they don't know what they're doing. Or else, why would I have this?
As long as it remains in the SS custody,
there will be no trial.
He's seeking for a non-custodial arrangement by the court. Because, exactly, I don't mind house arrest. Because I'll defeat them. In this court, I'll defeat the government of Nigeria. Yeah. The whole world will see it. Where is the feasible felon? Where is it? All these years, journalists are having feasible treason. What is treason today? It's gone. In some way, this terrorism charge will go. I'm thinking of another capital offense that can charge me. Maybe, I don't know, impregnating the wife of somebody. I don't know. The federal government, they know I'm not guilty. My only guilt is that I'm fighting for my people. And I will fight for it.
For justice.
For justice and fairness and equity. Everywhere.
Advice to the people of those who are using IPOB to commit crime.
Using IPOB to commit crime is a privilege. Yes. It's not part of this family.
Repeat it again.
Our family is based on 4 cardinal points. You must be without fear before your enemies. You must speak the truth always, even if it leads to your death. You must help the poor and those who cannot help themselves, and be of good character that God may love thee. That's who we are.
So what will be your words to those out there in the East who are killing in the name of...
That they are criminals. They are criminals. They are not part of this family. We are called a family for a reason. We've come to save our people, not to enslave them. Anybody conducting any type of activity that contravenes the welfare of our people is a criminal. I must be dealt with.
Wait, when you should repeat this one.
Anybody who is involved in any form of criminality, any form of violence or subversion in the name of Biafra is not part of this family. Our family is noble. It's called IPOB. It's all over the world.
So you condemn anything that has to do with killing in the Southeast?
Why would I kill violence? Yes. People have sacrificed my parents for them. Why would I want to kill any other person after that?
Anybody who's committing crime in the name of IPOB is on his own.
He's a criminal, I've said it. He's a criminal and should be dealt with adequately.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Tuesday.
So that was when he mentioned the 4 cardinal points of IPOB, and strong in that is to speak the truth, even if it leads to your death. Defend the poor, all right? Defend our people, all right? So it continues. It continued.
atụrụ mmadụ na-egbu mmadụ kwee n'ihi Biafra onye ọbụla onye ohi
ndị Igbo ga-enụ ntị o.
onye ọbụla pụtara na-ezu ohi na-agba ama na-atụrụ ndị mmadụ na-eme ihe niile ndị a niile kwere n'ihi IPOB onye abụ onye ohi ka IPOB ka mmadụ. We are here to fight for our people, for freedom, for justice, equity, and fairness. That's what we're fighting for. Nothing more, nothing less. And we cannot be cowed by anybody. We are without fear before our enemies. And we speak the truth always. I want all the journalists here arrayed to go and ask them, ask government of Nigeria, what happened to treasonable felons? Where are those charges today?
From 2015.
They have just disappeared because they have no evidence against me.
I went to
Anybody committing crime cannot go scot-free. I swear it. They cannot go scot-free. Anybody involved in any type of crime in the East cannot go free. And they're doing it because I'm in DSS. That's what if I said no idiot can try this rubbish, and they know it very well. They know it very well. And I suspect that some people in government are complicit. Yes. They are making money with insecurity.
That's correct.
They're making money with it. They know Nnamdi Kanu is outside. In 2 minutes, this nonsense will stop. Who is the idiot? Who is the bagger? That will speak when I'm talking. Who is the fool? Who is the idiot? I ask. That I give an order in the East, and any idiot will counter it. Who is the bastard? I'm asking you. Nobody can.
Sir, are you
I'm Nnamdi Kanu. Who is the idiot?
Robin. No, don't. No, man. No.
What is it?
Can you tell us the ongoing killings in the East in the name of IPOB? What is your stand on that?
Anybody involved in any form of violence or insecurity in the Southeast
In the name of IPOB.
in the name of IPOB is a gunner, and they know it.
It's on.
Let me come out of this nonsense, this mess. 2 minutes only.
There will be peace
Only 2 minutes, I guarantee you.
and tranquility.
And there will be peace in the East. Not just Southeast. Everywhere in the East, if not the entire South. Huh?
Yes.
No, I want the hand. One here. There will be justice.
You heard that, yeah? So, when they want you to celebrate the shooting of people at the beer parlor because they are not sitting at home, the attack on people, travelers, because they disobeyed this or that, every act of violence against the Biafran, anybody who is actually behind it or in support of it cannot be considered to be a member of IPOB. You heard it from him. And he strongly believes, and many of us actually said it on this platform, that except for those who are indeed making money, blood money, on this state-sponsored violence in the eastern part of Nigeria, that despite being the most militarized region in Nigeria, yet they continue to what? To allow their own free criminals to roam, and innocent people and harmless people are being bombed and killed in their own homes. Especially in Imo State, where Hopeless Uzodingba, who opened the door for terrorism to the eastern part of Nigeria anyway. You heard him. He suspects that there are people in there who are making a lot of money from this, and they will love the entire description, the entire scenario to continue to make it look like the eastern Nigeria is in turmoil. And he called his detention and his continued illegal detention as nonsense. That where is the terrorism charges today? You know something I believe is for everyone and whatever your differences are, there is a voice. There is a voice that I believe is stronger than, or sort of has more influence than any other voice, that should tell everybody to begin to what? To come together. Because in the long run, there are actually those who are making a lot of money from ensuring and doing their best to want to try and turn the exact narrative of IPOB and what IPOB really stands for to what the system wanted to be like, because they have been waiting for a time to justify why they are killing harmless and innocent people in Eastern Nigeria. And according to him, 2 minutes, the moment the news of his release gets to the Eastern Nigeria, there are some of these criminals that will naturally, right, disarm themselves. And it's true. Very convinced, right? Here is his encounter with the Judge Gongon, talking about his health, his treatment, and he will prefer to be actually transferred to a proper prison, which is Kuje prison, right? He demanded for that, except if the plot is to kill him before they finally free him. Listen, this one are between Nnamdi Kanu and Judge now, inside the court. You won't see their face, but listen to the voice.
My Lord, please, I cannot go into trial where something so blatant as a violation of a constitutional provision will be allowed to happen in your court. The law says, the Constitution says, you must give me adequate facilities. SSS is not adequate facility. It's there.
Mr. Kanu,
Then my Lord, please make arrangement. People can just something called house arrest. I can say somewhere, maybe, I don't know, it's in Bangladesh or maybe in Kubu. House arrest. It's not everywhere.
as long as it's not my house.
I can be in a house arrest. It's not everywhere anymore. It's a political matter and they know they're wasting my time here.
Have you made any such application?
We will make it to them, my Lord. And please, my Lord, please, there's a big problem which you're overlooking. What happened to reasonable felon? What happened? No, but you are dragging me all over the place, the court, everywhere. Now they come, prison, the whole world. You want to overthrow Buhari. Where is the where are those things now? They are gone. They are just destroying my name for no reason.
Mr. Kanu, you can't allow this case to go into trial.
Because I will not allow those by my court because I cannot be railroaded into a trial without my right being protected. It cannot happen.
Okay. They are not ready.
An application will make to them, my Lord. You can send me in, you can put me in a house and somewhere in Abuja. I don't want to go to this one in this case. It's finished. I'm going to defeat them in this court. I will defeat them here in front of you. The way they run away from this other family, they run away again from terrorism. It's now the victim is terrorism. From where is terrorism? From their witness statement. Is there terrorism there? There is nothing.
I have not read their forensic, but it's not like it. See, there are many things that you find that I don't need to read now until you have the master. Okay.
Onye du iPod, o meriwo n'izu, onye ya abakare, mama bawora, unapori meri Nnamdi win the war. Python that's 1, Python that's 2, now Python that's 3. Unapori meri Nnamdi win the war. Python that's 1, Python that's 2. Na Python that's 3. Unapori meri Nnamdi bụ onye du iPod, o meriwo n'izu mbiro ya abakare mama ndawora. Unapori meri Nnamdi win the war. Python that's 1, Python that's 2. Now Python that's 3. Unapori meri Nnamdi win the war. Python that's 1, Python that's 2. Now Python that's 3. Unapori meri Nnamdi win the war. Python that's 1, Python that's 2. Python three. Unapoli Mary Nandi. Nandi win the war. Python dance one, Python dance two. Python dance three. Unapoli Mary Nandi. Nandi win the war. Python dance one, Python dance two. Python dance three. Unapoli Mary Nandi.
That was him in front of the judge. What he said before the court sat. He said the same thing to her face, right there. First, he asked, where is the treasonable felony charges in this anymore? It's gone, Abi. Now they are charging me for terrorism. Now they can go on and look for other capital charges that they will charge me for. I will defeat them in their own court. He said it to the judge. Or maybe like say you stay in front of somebody, maybe say one single phone call in a lawless country like Nigeria, she can pronounce and say, yeah, I jail you. And you are saying it to her face. I say, listen, look here. They have been holding me for all these years, Abi. Because they have nothing. They will continue to go back and forth and bring something back. But listen, I do not want to be under this DSS detention, guys. And the judge was asking him, so what would you want? Where would you like to be dead? Would you like house arrest? And he was like, yeah, house arrest is fine. You can put me in a house in Abuja. Something like that, And then he started with that, like, they are holding me here with nothing to say, okay, this is why we are holding him. But they now brought another one to say terrorism. You are charging me for terrorism. So I will defeat you in your own court. I like that. That's why I had to play that music, by the way. So what are the things he further told the media, especially about the intention of why they won't release him now? The reason why they don't want to let him go. He knows. Here.
The court is also entitled to change its mind as well, depending on the strength of the argument.
Thank you.
So we hope that they'll change their mind.
They are using it to do experiment at SSS.
Exactly. So there is no way we're going to allow that to happen. My rights must be respected.
It's important.
My right to fair hearing must be observed and obeyed.
Understand that. They brought him to Kenya into this dock and allow him to talk without his
You were talking about your health condition. What exactly is wrong with you, sir?
I have congenital heart failure. Congestive heart failure is called. From the medication, you can tell. So they're basically trying to keep me alive. So that when they calculate that I'm about to give up, that my heart is about to pack up, they will now say go. So when I go outside, I will die outside. That's what they're trying to do.
The medications they've been giving to you, has it not been working?
It's not working. If it's working, why would I have all these lumps underneath my...
And he has written a petition to the Nigerian Medical Association where they brought one quack doctor, somebody who is not a doctor, to treat him.
To come and try and treat him.
But up to now, they don't
know what they're doing. And they know they don't know what they're doing. Or else, why would I have this?
As long as it remains in DSS custody, there won't be
no trial.
So what is your application for?
Is seeking for a non-custodial arrangement by the court.
You said house arrest.
Exactly. I don't mind house arrest because I'll defeat them. In this court, I'll defeat the government of Nigeria. Yeah. The whole world will see it. Where is the treasonable felon? Where is it? All these years, journalists are shouting, treasonable, treason. What is treason today? It's gone. The same way this terrorism charge will go. I'm thinking of another capital offense they can charge me with. Maybe, I don't know, impregnating the wife of somebody. I don't know what other thing they're going to charge me.
Are you saying you are innocent of all these charges?
The federal government, they know I'm not guilty. My only guilt is that I'm fighting for my people. And I will fight for them.
Okay, so last
for justice and fairness and equity everywhere.
Last question. Has your family been able to...
Anybody using IPOB to commit crime is a criminal. It's not part of this family. Our family is based on 4 cardinal points. You must deal without fear before your enemies. You must speak the truth always, even if it leads to your death. The court is also entitled to change.
MAZI. Now, his lawyers, they are practically telling the court that there will be no trial, okay, since the process of his abduction is really faulty. And the Supreme Court has said the same, right? So if you want to have any trial, we have to continue from where you stopped the last time. You will have to first release him. Listen to his lawyers. Let's go to them. Here.
When you are ready.
calm so that everybody.
What's your own mic? React to this court proceedings.
Well, ladies and gentlemen of the media, I think can we have Are we going to start all over?
Start.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media and members of the public, I think it's very necessary that we make very clear what happened in court today. We do not want to call it a travesty of justice because of the respect we had for the judiciary, but we are utterly disappointed that today bail was refused. On what grounds? The Supreme Court on 15 December criticized very severely the revocation of MAZI NNAMDI Kanu's bail. In several pages, which we are going to make available to the media, at pages 19, 20, and 21 of Justice Agem's judgment, he even suggested that the impartiality of the trial court in revoking NNAMDI Kanu's bail is suspect. We didn't mind all of that, but still we made an application, a fresh application, to my Lord, urging her to exercise discretion to restore NNAMDI Kanu's bail. She refused it without any reason whatsoever. And then we made a second application to accentuate the need for this bail application, pointing to the enormous challenges we face as defense counsel in consulting with NNAMDI Kanu privately and confidentially at the detention facility of the DSS headquarters in Abuja. We are only allowed 30 minutes each as counsel on only Mondays and Thursdays for a cumulative period of 2 hours, twice a week, to consult with him separately. And the federal government is feasting to have an accelerated trial. Yes, we too want an accelerated trial, but we have to have it under an environment that respects Section 36, Sub 6, B, and C of the Nigerian Constitution. It's all about fair hearing. It goes to the ground norm. It goes to the basic norms of the society that you must hear the other side. And to hear the other side, he has to have an adequate facility to prepare his defense and to consult with his lawyers. It's the Constitution that said it. It's not us that said it. So we came to my Lord with an application and said, listen, it's impossible for us to conduct this trial under this atmosphere of interference with his right to counsel. They eavesdrop on our conversations. In the little cubicle room of 10 by 10 where we consult with MAZI NNAMDI Kanu, they have secret listening devices and secret photographic and videographic devices. They listen to our conversations secretly, they take our secret photographs, and we adduced this evidence before my Lord. They confiscate our legal documents. They don't allow us to take notes. Pray. You may be lay men and lay women. The general public may not be lawyers, but is this fair? How can you have trial under circumstances like this? It's not possible. So we are not stalling. It is the federal government that is stalling. We can't take notes. So what is the essence of it? We cannot prepare him adequately. We cannot talk with him. We whisper. We put our lips to his ear. We talk sotto voce, and so on and so forth. So this is the essence. This is what happened in court today, where justice was turned upside down when our 2 applications that go to fair hearing were refused. But we are going to bounce back. There are more applications to come.
Are you going to appeal on this ground?
Yeah.
You heard that. There is more. There is a reason why, because I want you to keep following them like, piece by piece of what is going on. Here, the other lawyers.
What happened today is an act of Federal High Court overruling the decision of a Supreme Court. I want you to get it right. Because the Supreme Court said Nnamdi Kanu never jumped bail, that the court ought not have revoked that bail on the application of the violator of his right, that is the federal government. You cannot benefit from your own wrong. And we thought that the Supreme Court would have exercised its power under Section 6 of the Constitution to make a consequential order directing that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. But they directed that the trial should be continued here, and we should make an application. Of course, we ought not have made any application. Court should have exercised his power discretionary and released Nnamdi Kanu. That they never did. Then, secondly, which is the most fundamental, I had been going there to visit Nnamdi Kanu. They never allow me to exercise my right as counsel to Nnamdi Kanu. And my right was violated. I took DSSS to Federal High Court. Federal High Court warned DSSS, ordered them to apologize to me, and ordered that they should pay me 5 million naira for close to 2 years now. They have not paid that money, and though I just allow it, that's why I have not enforced it, because 70% is running on top of it. Nobody has appealed against it. So now we filed the same application before the court. It's in the court file, asking my lord to prove that we are not free. Where court has even taken judicial notice of that, but all to no avail. Now the court said that we should apply, since we cannot transfer Nnamdi Kanu to Kuje prison, stating that there is no security at Kuje prison. So that we are now applying that Nnamdi Kanu should be detained, should be remanded in a private house. And we are suggesting Abia State Government House or Abia State Liaison Office. So that is the application. So that is it.
Wait. I want to thank the press, for keeping the struggle alive. Yes. Now, I must tell us something. What happened today in this talk is almost like an opportunity lost to bring peace, immediate peace, to the southeast. The Supreme Court had given the Federal High Court the opportunity to bring peace to the southeast. And they lost it. And unfortunately, they are toying with that opportunity given to them by the Supreme Court. All that the Federal High Court need was to go back to the ruling of the Supreme Court and follow it and give back the bill it had previously withdrawn. And then you will see absolute peace in the southeast. But with what happened today, it's obvious that certain persons don't want that peace to return to the southeast. And we are imploring members of the public to please continue to interrogate the reason why the Supreme Court judgment of 15 December 2023 will not be complied with by a Federal High Court. Yes. We need a Federal High Court to simply obey the orders of the Superior Court. A court, look, you did not employ the judges of the Supreme Court for the sake of employing them. Whatever word they utter from their mouth touches on something fundamental. And in this case, in other circumstance, what is fundamental is Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. You have no reason to have revoked his bail. Restore it. And the Federal High Court is kind of toying and playing around with it, thereby continuing to create the chaos in the southeast, thereby continuing to make the federal government waste money. Do you know how much the federal government is spending every day Nnamdi Kanu is coming? They told us they spend 500 million naira. Somebody is signing off that check. Somebody is signing it off. Who is signing off? Who is making money from it? Extra allowances are being paid to all the security men who are in Abuja because of Nnamdi Kanu. It's your money. Wait, and we have been saying the case of Nnamdi Kanu is not such that we need to spend scarce resources on. The federal government is caring about money. They don't have money, but they have all the money to pay all the security agencies. If you go outside, not less than 1,000 security agencies are on patrol in Abuja because of one single man. And tomorrow they will tell us they don't have money to pay salary of workers. So we need them.
Do you now see that Nnamdi Kanu no be any of your criminal politicians' mates? He is actually their nightmare. So there are those who are making money, blood money, from this injustice. That's why I said I wanted you to hear them, okay? Starting with somebody who is signing the check of 500 million naira every time they take Nnamdi Kanu to court, okay? Somebody is also signing the check for those they are giving special assignment, special duty in Eastern Nigeria in the name of insecurity. So people are making billions, blood money from this, and they will never want it to end. Do you now see it now? Eh? Okay. Now, if we go outside the courtroom, You remember Ikenga, the one that Oples Uzodijo nearly killed. They killed his driver, born in his country home. They targeted him and still he never leave. He's never left the side of MAZI NNAMDI KANU. And of course, if they are making arrangement for an house arrest, of course, the whole world will know where he is. Don't see, I have told you, right? Sometimes a lot of you need to begin to live in the real world. There are some certain things, right, that you cannot really keep a secret. It's like when they free NNAMDI KANU, and he goes back to his community, his own village. Everybody will know where he is. We know what happened the last time when he was there. It became a maker of sort for the Biafrans from far and near. So if they say they are talking to themselves behind the scene, and there's an agreed proposal that the Abia state government or governor's lodge in Abuja could be a place where it's going to have the house arrest. If that is their political solution, listen, just anything that would take him away from those terrorists called DSS that thought or that still think is a trophy. Start with something first, right? Here is the Kenga outside the court, also disappointed.
We're here together as brothers. We have myself, Ikenga Imo Ugochini, representing that federal constituency. Honorable Obiagocha, after me, who will make his comment, and leaders of the opposition political parties who are also here led by Gosin and our traditional ruler. I personally received the news of the rejection of the bail application with sadness. It was unnecessary. We lost an opportunity to commence the process of healing in our land. That bail application would have opened door of opportunity that would have brought stability in our place and opened door for conversation to resolve all issues that have led us to this point. And it's so painful that this is coming at a time that few weeks ago, the federal government, on its own, in exercise of its constitutional power, discontinued the trump-up criminal charges filed against Sowore, the Attorney General, in exercising those powers under Section 174. And we're also aware that the same federal government has allowed Sunday Igboho also back home, where he's with his people. So it's so painful that whenever it has to do with an Igbo man, there is different interpretations and different reasons for you to keeping the person in detention. So that is why we say it's so painful. And as a federal lawmaker, I'm calling on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu not to allow the moment to pass him by. That what the president should do is to invoke the powers given to him and the Attorney General in particular under Section 174, 1C of the Constitution to discontinue these charges that have been filed against MAZI NNAMDI KANU. And if you go by Section 174C, that this can be discontinued on basis of justice and public interest. It is in public interest and it is in interest of justice that the federal government discontinues this trial. And it's also painful for us that this bail application was rejected, but we hope that President Muhammad Buhari should take the moment and discontinue this trial. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should discontinue this trial. And I'll let my brother, Honorable Obiagocha, who is representing NNAMDI KANU, the House of Representatives, to make his comment and gossip.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my honorable colleague. Ahamo Obi Agocha. Anamano Chitanya ndi kuano Mahia North, no Mahia South. Take a one name woko, Ramoano Chitanya, MAZI NNAMDI KANU. Well, Igbo is allowed, is a constitutional language. I can speak Igbo in the chamber of the National Assembly. But however, let me speak in English. It's very sad, like my brother said, that there are two separate rules, one for other Nigerians and one for the Igbo man. Nigeria appears to still be in distrust and uncomfortable with the Igbo man. And all the Igbo man wants is, full development and aspirational goals for all persons, regardless of, ethnicity, religion, or gender. We are very saddened about today. Like my brother said, this is a great, unique opportunity that has been missed, that would have been the basis for peace and reconciliation in the Southeast. all the agitations that are happening in the Southeast, all the crime and criminality, banditry, kidnapping that are happening in the Southeast is because of the continued detention of MAZI NNAMDI KANU. A lot of people are using his name to commit all these crimes and criminality. The peace in the Southeast or peace in Nigeria cannot go anywhere without the unconditional release of MAZI NNAMDI KANU. The government cannot miss this opportunity, but we are very optimistic that by the next hearing, as the judge said, that one, he will be granted bail. He hasn't committed any crime in this country that will continue to warrant his illegal detention. So we are calling on the government of President Ahmed Tinubu to do the right thing and not be held hostage like the former President Buhari did because of his own personal bias against the Igbos and against MAZI NNAMDI KANU. So I'm calling on all Igbos, wherever they are, to remain calm. This man will walk away free one day to the glory of God. Thank you.
Like my brothers have said, it's a bit of a disappointment, but it's not over. Going by the ruling of the, if one listens to the ruling of the court, is not over. But he also graciously said, reapply, put another application, and then tomorrow they give him the written version. And we want to believe that the president will cash in on this to make peace, full peace, and lasting peace with the Southeast. It's not very fair the way he's been treated. As a former presidential candidate and as a traditional, the president of traditional authority, I am saying it is about time that the young man is allowed to go home, because allowing him to go home cannot cause any more problem. The way it is, I am optimistic and I'm hopeful that in no distant time he will get full bail. But going by the directives of the court is neither, because the judge refused to take him to Kuje prison, and they said there are other places that he can be taken to. So it's like halfway home, and we believe it's going to be done, and to the glory of God, and to peace.
You heard all of that. I don't need to make any repetition, okay? Here, on a final note, before we go to the next thing, MAZI NNAMDI KANU confidently says, except there are those who are actually making money from this insecurity, he strongly believes it remains the key to peace in eastern Nigeria, at least for a start.
And they know it very well. They know it very well. And I suspect that some people in government are complicit. They are making money with insecurity. That's correct. They are making money with it. They know NNAMDI KANU is outside. In 2 minutes, this nonsense will stop. Who is the idiot? Who is the bagger? That will speak when I'm talking. Who is the fool? Who is the idiot? I ask. That I give an order in the east and any idiot will counter it. Who is the bastard? I'm asking you.
So, sir,
nobody can.
Sir, are you against?
I'm NNAMDI KANU.
No.
Who is the idiot? Form of violence or insecurity in the southeast in the name of IPOB is a gun, and they know it. Let me come out of this nonsense, this mess. 2 minutes only. Only 2 minutes, I guarantee you. And there'll be peace in the east, not just southeast. Everywhere in the east, not the entire south. Huh?
Onye du iPod, o meriwo n'izu, onye ya abakare, mama dawora, una pori meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Una pori meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Na Python dance 3. Una pori meri Nnamdi bụ onye du iPod, o meriwo n'izu ndị ya abakare, mama ndawora, una pori meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. na Python dance a train. Unapoli Mary Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance a train. Unapoli Mary Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance a train. Unapoli Mary Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance a train. Unapoli Mary Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance a train. Unapoli Mary Nnamdi.
Thank you. Now the court has adjourned till 17th of April next month. Another 30 days or thereabouts. So we'll see how that goes as well, or what will happen even before then. Let's go to the next one. Few days, or was it last night, right? I shared with you the governor of Sokoto that was eating Ramadan, breaking Ramadan iftar, right? Breaking Ramadan fast with a boy beggar or a beggar boy. I don't know how to put it. But it was like Almajiri boy. And he took a spoon, drank from the sachet water, the pure water, and then the camera took it, and all of that was like, oh, great, 7.5 billion naira feeding money. I didn't even know that it's a thing in northern Nigeria, that the state government actually feed people. I just thought it's something that, their rich feudal leaders will give them food or give them money of, ranka dede and all of that. I didn't actually know that it's actually a state policy in Sharia North that they have budget, Ramadan budget. In Sokoto, they are spending 7.5 billion in 1 month to feed people. In Kano, they said in 2022, they spent 220 million naira to feed people during Ramadan. In 2023, they spent over 600 million. But Baba, that was the last time Gandola, the Babariga Mobile Banking CEO of Kano, the last Ramadan with Gandola. Then this new one came in. The Kwakwan sub people. They believe, from what we have now heard, to feed the poor people, to feed the people for Ramadan in Kano for a month this year, will now cost them about 3 billion naira. But again, any saka everybody can give for now, but I just never expect, I didn't expect it. That is actually a state policy where almost about free money in here. They can just say, okay, yeah, we have spent 6 billion. How are you going to say they don't spend 6 billion? Where everybody they show, they take pictures, see that they chop, that they give them food during Ramadan. Food sharp plenty for that side for now, and Peter Obi too. Now I've just been told that Peter Obi is on tour of some states in Nigeria to share the Ramadan moment with them. He even fed a boy in Yaya Mosque yesterday. Yeah, compilation yesterday.
Ya je lafiya ya ga sarki ya yi shi gaisuwan azumi kuma suka tuna shi sai da amfani da bawa over here just be able to
This is kind of local government, but that's not here. We fought for Peter. This man, we fought for Peter. We support him 100%. And we support this man 100%. You understand? And we pray for him to come back 2027. Inshallah, he's going to win this. Inshallah. Because we need people like him, people that can help the youth to come through. We are suffering in this country. Youth don't have job employment.
You say he came to break fast with you. What does it mean to you?
We are very happy. And we are welcome here 100%. We welcome him here to our mosques here, this international market. You understand? So we welcome him and we thank him for coming. A wonderful visit to us.
At least nobody can fault that. For those who know Obi very well, a lot of Igbos have a little bit of reservation for him for his philanthropic investment in northern Nigeria for years now. I mean, people just didn't understand how and why it was easier for APC Egbekegbe to use Obi's Igbo background against him in the north. This is a guy that has not only, given food, money to the less privileged. For years, it's been like that before he became governor, when he was governor, after he was governor, it's been like that, right? Don't get me wrong, like maybe he's been doing it for a time like this, I don't know. But it didn't start now. It didn't even start before your last election. It's been doing it like that. Obi has used his own banks to facilitate interest-free loans for businesses in northern Nigeria. Like during his campaign, he was actually taking a tour of one of those rice mill in Kanu or so. And when he told everybody the story, this is somebody who probably is considered as a big rice milling factory in Kanu or something. And the guy just said it was Peter Obi. He met with him and he told him his idea, what he wanted, and he snapped it like that, like, okay, let's go. And he took him to a place and he told them to give him any amount of loan he wants. It will stand as his guarantor. There is video of it, too. There's actually video of it. So a lot of Easterners believes that Obi is a politician. Most of these things he's doing, okay, they are unnecessary. He's trying to make himself loved by them and all of that stuff. And when they came for him and reminded him of his Igbo background, oh, he's an Igbo man, suddenly it became something that they do not want to touch publicly anymore. So now that he's taking a tour, there are actually many of them who actually knew him. But that was Maraba or so, Yan Moscow yesterday, right? Here is for today, it was in another place. I'll show you.
I'm listening to the comment of the community leader. What we are saying every day is that the purpose of government is to care for the poor. I'm one person who has been going around and saying, unless government cares for the poor, we will not have a country where we have peace, security, and everybody is fine. Are you saying like that? Yes. Government should care. People should stop wasting and wasting. Today, and then they've been looking for a borehole for 30 years. It will not cost the government more than 2-3 million to do a borehole. So why haven't they done it for 30 years? Yet, we're wasting billions every day. That shows caring society. I said, in this country, but today, Niger State, which I tell you, Niger State can see Nigeria. Niger State has been first land that they are going to do for. The North has the first uncultivated land that we can make more money from agriculture than we make from oil. And this will employ people
right here in the United States. This mosque here providing a borehole and a water system. They've needed this for the last 30 years. So they're so excited to listen to you right here in the mosque here, just as part of this philanthropic activity and tour around the country.
I'm a Christian. I'm a Catholic. You go to Dubai. The Catholic Church in Dubai will give you the idea of Dubai. You go and see this before. You donate the land and build it. The Christian or the new church.
And on and on and on. So he gave them a water system, borehole, which they have been praying for the past 30 years. And in appreciation, listen to them. Somebody said MKO Abiola did more than that. Waiting then do am. I think they wanted to do the same thing to Kolu. Remember? But Kolu, as a drug lord, already bought the institutions and the people in charge of the institutions they could use to quench him, like that of MKO Abi. So Kolu, criminal by the terrorist, the drug lord, terrorist or jihadist met with a drug lord. Now you have Tifnumbunomics today. There's something called Takia. The Takia is where people who genuinely were told that I am an infidel, an unbeliever, a filthy thing, because I am a non-Muslim. But you have to dress like them, look like them, and tell them they can trust you. You didn't do anything wrong. It is just because you do not share the same faith, you do not share the same belief, and you do not really share anything in common except the frauduria called Nigeria, which the deluded sometimes believe they can save. And save Nigeria for who? For yourself. No, you can't anyway. So yes, there's something called Takia. Takia is to make you believe that they actually respect you. In fact, we actually love you. Oh, we really, really like you. And we want somebody like yourself to be our leader, when they have been told you must never let a non-believer, a kafirin, or an infidel to lead you. Oh, and can you see all these jihadists that should normally have their own country? Takia is when they make you believe that, all those things don't really matter per se, but they do matter. They will kill you for it. And I'm not trying to make you hate yourselves. I'm only pointing out those who have been using that hatred that you all have there for yourselves. Christians, Muslims, Christians. And all of us, we don't even get any religion. We serve the collect. But in appreciation, listen to them.
Thank you. The review, inshallah, will be our next IDP, inshallah. So, since the time IDP controls this country up to now, you don't see person when you look the poor people like you. Please and please, Mr. President, inshallah. Inshallah, even the election money pass. people, the election when it passed, they see how our vote for this place. Inshallah, we will try. As the one we do it. You are welcome. You are welcome. I just want this for you. Please, Mr. President. I don't think you're big too, very close to you. So the day where you will be for president. Maybe I will start to the liberal. Don't forget our environment. That's why I'm village here. I'm a village here. I think here has everywhere. It's okay. Mr. President. That is. And yes, you win elections. I know. Inshallah. Inshallah. Mr. President, I pray for you. I'm very happy to see my youth economy because of this morning it's got up and down. I tell them, our next president, inshallah, will enter his Nigeria. You are welcome, Mr. President. You are welcome. So Allah said that I have emphasized his message with Jibreel, that is Malaika to pray. Walau sha'Allahu maktatalu. Suppose Allah Ta'ala will, people, they could not have, they could not fight one another. Allah is the one who decided to create us different color and different tribes in order to know one another. There is a chapter or verse in the Holy Quran where Allah Ta'ala is saying, Ya ayyuhan nasu, inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa untha wa ja'alnakum shu'uban wa qabaila lita'arafu inna akramakum inda Allahi atqakum. That all people, that Allah Ta'ala created you from a man and woman, different tribes, different culture, in order to know each other, not to fight one another. So the best among you is the one who fear Allah always. You get me? So that's why as Nigerians we have to unite. And we have to also think always who is the best among the all. More especially, those who always come, I'm the best, you are the best. What have you done to your people? That's why in Uganda, you cannot come and say that, these people select me as a councillor or chairman or whatever. What they are going to ask is that, what have you done to the people? That is a question. Show us what you have done. Like our next president, inshallah, now we have seen. He visited us and even he put a borehole here at in front of our Maiyegun's house residence. So we thank you about that. Thank you, sir. So remember the Maiyegun Vigilant, when I give it Talabu, وَمِنُ مَنْ آمَنَ بِاللَّهِ.
And we all join together in a city of where we have peace, build a country near government gets and provide the ability to from
the transmission line is a super highway. For generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn. The transmission, if we lend ourselves to innovation, we can create wonders. Yeah, it's a successful again, a town hall, different from Bulaba.
Oh my God! I just got some. You know that one you get the goose, the sort of a goose bombs. Because I read the comments, you were all busy debating Obi. Fulani has hijacked Obi. Obi is a deceiver. Obi is a politician. Obedient. Are you seeing this? When is Obi going to give Christian money? When is he going to go and all of us? You are busy there, right? I was reading the comments. Then the transmission line is a super highway of power, generating of power. Somebody now dropped a comment and said, "We're ready today." Oh dear. You know what that simply means, right? It's like, from where to where? I thought we were looking at Peter Obi and his Ramadan tour. We're ready to today, call you today. Anyway, I just wanted all of you to take a break. Mokuna, just take a break. Don't kill yourselves, You need to go to YouTube and see how people are dragging themselves there. And it is mental, okay? It is really crazy. But I would like to ask every one of you who is still there, especially on YouTube, to take a moment, okay? Like the broadcast. It is your offering, all right? Pay it. And just for clarity as well, okay? I remember when, some people were saying that Peter Obi is only giving. You remember when Peter Obi was giving some of these medical centers, these schools, orphanages, and all of that across the south, especially in the southeastern part of Nigeria. And they said he has been, after this election, he has been giving 5 million only to people and schools in eastern Nigeria and in southern Nigeria. He didn't bring the largest come to the north. So some of you now, you are seeing him giving borehole. He's not even giving them check. He's only breaking fast with them, attending to some of their immediate need, right? And on I want choke yourself to death in the comment section. So that's why I had to bring in Kolu, main break all of una fight. When you hear his voice, una go leave una say, what be that? He said, I call you ke. Abolori brukuni Kolu ni. Who is it? You will leave yourselves. And I believe some of you have left yourself. Now you are now typing laughing emojis. Meanwhile, a lot of you are already writing a whole novel. Because una de takuna self, them kuna sha de take am easy. Here you get. Calm down. So take a moment and like the broadcast if you haven't already. Okay? So the reason why I had to bring Kolu to you is because, listen, there are obedience that strongly believe in Obi. See, if you are somebody who strongly believe in Biafra, or you are somebody who strongly believe in Yoruba nation like me, you will have to learn how to respect those who also believe in Obi. You just have to. But what about those ones we believe in Tifnumbu? That's also up to you. You can respect the people behind your quick death, because that's what they are all after. Those who are enabling them. You see, why I said you will need to learn to respect them is that they themselves have also taken the establishment to the cleaners, and to us who believe that it's a pure waste of time, a total distraction, and all of that, right? To us, it is true, it is a distraction. But, Baba, like many of us and what we believe in, they have taken up the battle with the establishment. And so far, the establishment, the obedience, everybody came back with bloody nose. And that is unusual. So you have to respect them, because I like the norm of the enemy of my enemy. We can be friends. There is something that unites all of us. They hate the current establishment. They hate the current system that exists in Nigeria. The one that has made me and you to detach ourselves from everything in Nigeria. So they are fighting the system that we are fighting. Now the different fights. I'm not saying you should agree with them. I'm saying you need to respect. In fact, if you have not been respecting them, simply because you believe that they are this distraction to the Yoruba nation, distraction to the Biafra, I'm going to say it to you now. It might be due to your naivety, because all these things are connected. We told people, especially last time, I said, allow them to go and have the experience. Experience, they say, is the best teacher. When you tell a child not to put finger in the fire, and they continue to cry and fight you, let them put the finger in the fire. If if he is burned, you will need not much energy next time to, you know what I mean? A lot of them, 2 years ago, the obedient, they were so naive that they believed that the rigged, corrupt system in Nigeria has boxed itself to the corner. They cannot escape this. Technology is going to make Nigeria election better, until a lot of them now came back with the lifetime experiences. Tell them about next election now. They will fight you. But there are still those that haven't really learned much. I get it. Give them time. Time is the most powerful tool that a lot of people probably don't even know how to deploy. Life is a teacher, my dear brothers and sisters. The moment you have more of them who came back with that disappointment, they will come to you. Maiyegun, can you believe that? What kind of a country is this? I went there to go and vote. Can you believe it? I say, I know. Sorry, come here. Come for a record. Remember, I told you not to waste your time. I know, Maiyegun. I'm so disappointed. I will never, you know what I mean? Like, be the shoulder they can cry on. Because everything will end in tears. Do you understand? But one unforgivable sin in the face of injustice or fighting injustice, one unforgivable sin is never trying at all. Try, fail, try, fail, try again, fail, rise again, fall, rise again, do it again and again, until you get what you want. But not trying at all is absolute disaster. So let them try how they feel. When the obedient see the revolution now, they come like everybody go come out. Those will get fork for inside the pocket will come out. Those will get knife will come out. Those will get pencil go open the cover, sharpen the pencil. They won't stab themselves. Why? Obi is this, Obi is that. Showore is this, Showore is that. You will come see the two of them inside the market space fighting gidigbo, and I will just be like, they don't pop champagne on top this orders head. Maiyegun is Showore. You need to talk to Showore. Maiyegun, you need to talk to the obedient. He's the obedient. Which one I will come talk to now among you? Hey, you, come. What is the problem? They don't respect Showore. No, it's Showore that doesn't respect Obi. Because of that, you this, yeah. I say, okay, hang on. You guys are fighting the same enemy. You are the victim of the same system. But here you are. You cannot even tolerate yourselves. How do you fight the people who enjoy you being divided? How do you even fight and win? And that's why the MaiyegunsDiary Politico is a melting pot. The choice you make are yours, but you will never act without. I mean, you can never act on anything and claim ignorance. Oh, I didn't know. Are you sure? So I picked up something where I found the obedient and the Agbadorians that they fight. But now the obedient first talk. Sorry if this sounds longer, okay? I just wanted to experience it. Have you seen them having explaining their beliefs and all that. They can't go meet the crop of a mad people, the Agbadorians, our mentalos, right? I beg, listen. Now, obedient, they talk so, and then it will go lead to fight. It could lead to another one. On top this contraption to your long.
For 5 seconds. Outside of Peter Obi and probably Dati Ahmed, can you name one other politician? Hardcore, long-time establishment politician in the obedient movement. You cannot find one person. Why? It's a new breed of Nigerians getting involved in the political space for the first time. Yes, there might be some immaturity. There might be sort of this, let me call it youthful exuberance, which you expect, which I even love, right? When you talk about participation in politics, from the PVC drive, people swelling up the polling stations, polling booths to vote on election day, people volunteering, grassroots activities. So there's a lot of beautiful outcomes we've seen in the last 2 years with regards to political participation. Of course, a lot of these new developments come with negatives, which I will not be dishonest about. Yes, would you find some of the aggressiveness that's more than usual in the political chatter space? When you talk of ground aggressiveness, we don't have that. We don't have thugs with sticks, that burn shops or kill people or maim like you have with many other establishment politicians and how they cling on to power. But again, it's going to be an evolution. And I'm saying this because I like to be very moderate in my approach to politics. For me, it's live and let live, right? When you talk about the fact that a gentleman said Peter Obi will never amount to nothing, he said all sorts of uncanny prayers. I don't know if your father is a herbalist or your mother is a juju priestess, but I'll say this to you, right? You're spot on wrong. Buhari ran 3 times, cried on TV, threatened violence, promised to tear down the building, and eventually became president. You have to give it to him. Anything in Buhari's story, you have to take the fact that he's a very dogged guy, determined, and there's a lot to admire about him. Different from being a very bad president who mismanaged Nigeria. But I'm saying this because a lot of people promised us 4 local government areas when the elections kicked off. A lot of people like myself were laughing, looking at Nigeria as an experiment and saying we will shock the political establishment. A non-political, what I call it, establishment without a head office, without even a party that we adopted that could brag of one state governor or one senatorial seat, muscled 6.9 million allocated votes, because we got way more than 6.9 million when you count Rivers State and some of the other states that they dragged from our column. But that aside, elections are over. 6.9 million votes for a first-time candidate is no beans, right? You have to give it to Bats. He did all of his ground game, invested time, energy, resources, formed alliances, but then we still give APC and PDP a bloody nose. So it will be juvenile for you to sit there and say, oh, this obedience are, irrelevant. They can't cause any political disruptions. You just have to be, delusional to even think that. But again, that aside, a lot of beef. People have obedience. You have to understand where we are as a country. Forget party labels. APC, PDP, LP, ADC. Nigeria is in a bad place. The last 9 years, many people on this stage or space would admit Nigeria has not gone in the best direction, given our resources and enormous potential. So you have a lot of young people, 18 to 27, many who are just starting out life, should be building net worth, should be making, investments to ensure that they can leave a legacy for future, generations unborn, having to now suffer and toil worse than many Nigerians who even existed in the military junta. I'm just saying it's enough for you to be angry. Now, somebody equally sprinkled a bit of ethnicism, say, oh, they're particularly from the southeast. I mean, that's false. If you look at the spread we got in terms of votes and number of states we won, yes, we got the young demography. Obviously, we got a huge chunk of the Christian votes. I would not dismiss that. But more than anything, if you look at, Nigerians in urban centers, and aspirational individuals, we captured a huge bank of that demography. But again, look, we are trying to build a big tent. I love what you said earlier. Each movement, each party has its fringe and extremists and fanatics, of course. But if anything, I will stand tall. The average obedient means very well for this country. You might dislike.
And he is very right, by the way. But an average obedient is naive. Okay? As an obedient watching me right now, your love or desire for a working Nigeria can be verily acknowledged, no doubt. A lot of you believe so much that once Peter Obi become president like this, like you have so much faith. I understand, but it's called naivety. You are naive. And sometimes one will wish that, assuming that technology was not tampered with or compromised, and the true voter declared and Peter Obi is the president, that would have been a different experience for a lot of you. Sure you get? Because you are fantasizing with a Nigeria that doesn't exist and will never exist. But we'll never find out. You won't find out. I won't find out. I don't know if I'm going to be wrong or if you, after investing that energy and all of that, and Obi becomes president and it disappoints. I'm just saying, you don't need to get triggered. Okay, calm down. I'm not trying to trigger you. I'm saying that your faith and belief based on the love that you have for Nigeria, as well as your expectation that Nigeria can work. Maiyegun, Nigeria can work. Maiyegun, honestly, Nigeria can. I know. But you are naive. Alai moko. Oh, mon kokon. But they will never let you experience that, because if it has happened, it would have been a different thing. Do you know people that swore that just one year alone, just 1 year of Bokwari being the president of Nigeria, 1 year, all the looters, all the loot, everything, Nigeria will receive auto reset. There are those who are actually so educated, who were so confident, who were so, what Nigeria needs is a strong man. Now they talk about strong man anymore. What Nigeria needs now is a compassionate leader. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that we will never know. But I'm going to continue to believe that you are naive, thinking that Nigeria can work. And it's beautiful. It's actually beautiful to see some of you, especially young people, and you put that energy in it. No, Maiyegun, let me tell you something. At least, see, I am one of those who believe that Peter Obi can block the loopholes, the stealing to some extent. I am one of those who believe that. In fact, I am one of those who believe that if Nigeria is to be saved temporarily, and all this hunger, starvation, and all of this should be sort of, a little bit abated. Somebody need to put a plug on how they are cargoing or shipping out your money. That just temporarily for like a year. Okay? That will still be hardship. But it's going to be at a level where, it's not going to be going on like that. I do believe that, but that will never save Nigeria, because the problem of Nigeria, the cracking problem of Nigeria is beyond just the hunger or that hunger you are talking about. We need good governance. We need to stop marginalization. You have no idea what you are talking about. And honestly, I am too tired to explain it to you again and again. But life, they say, is a teacher. The more you live, the more you learn. Yeah? Before the whole thing turned to Wahala, before fight started, listen to this other part. Obedient versus the Agbadorians.
For 5 seconds. Out me is not my style, but if it works for some people, hey, I am I'm a live and let live kind of guy. I would stay in my own lane, advocate for policies, principles, ideologies, and I walk that line. But I will say this to you: there's none of us here that doesn't want Nigeria to progress, prosper. I equally heard something very false talking about obedience jubilating that soldiers were killed. I don't think that's true. If there's anything, there's been a lot of outrage and emotional outburst. You can probably address the way it's being communicated as not being mature. But then, all of that aside, I think, when people stick to these labels, they try to, even on my side, Agbado Warrior, Ronu, I hear all these things. I don't like some of that exchange. I don't like it because for me, I prefer civil politics. I want to argue with you. I want to, Doug is the guy I've been dragging. I mean, me and Doug have been dragging since Clubhouse days, right? I mean, he's my guy. If I meet him at an airport or in the lounge, I'll buy him a bottle of beer. That's the kind of politics I want to subscribe to. Not politics of hate, bitterness. Peter Obi, first of all, is who you people should look at and say, you know what? Maybe obedience are truly different. The man doesn't do any of these negative things. You people go painting every day. Yes, you may hear some of the loud voices, but those loud voices don't really represent the attitude of the average individual in our camp. So again, I want to just dispel some of these myths. I'm here to debate issues. Somebody talked about social media bill banning free speech or limiting what people can post. First of all, you should be ashamed of yourself because Nigeria, we should be advocating for good governance. How do we cut cost of governance? How do we make sure we are jailing corrupt individuals? How are we putting checks and balances, making sure that, again, National Assembly, Senate is doing their due diligence with spending our money judiciously. So there are a lot of issues we have. If you even go back to this Niger Delta issue with the conflict you're seeing there today, you have militants being paid $4 billion a month. The likes of government Tompolo and his crew. Those are the issues we ought to focus on. How do we empower the police? How do we fund the military more? How do we make sure we have better benefits? These are the kind of conversations I want to have. Not, who spills more ethnic bigotry than the other group. It just doesn't make sense. But anyways, I'll pull back into my little corner here. I didn't come with violence, as we typically do as obedience. I brought an olive branch. But then again, hey, look, I'm here for Bolekaja. Back to you guys.
What does that mean? You're here for Poletaja.
Gidigbo. Naked and fight.
Akin, I give it to you, but you cannot fire a shot and quench it on its way to its target. You said you're not going to recount history when you made mention of Obedient didn't burn down Nigeria. They didn't do this, and Peter Obi and the Dati Ahmed were the only politicians, core politicians in Obedient. Without Peter Obi, there will not be Obedient. Peter Obi is Obi. So Obedient was named after his name. So without Peter Obi, the mob will still be going around the street. So now, let us go down to the history you fired, saying the bond CPC, bond this and that and all that. And people will run away, especially the younger generation will run away. No. The party of Peter Obi, PDP, the party of Peter Obi is a core PDP man. The party of Peter Obi set Nigeria ablaze. So, if you are pointing finger there at CPC, you will remember that Peter Obi party under Adamu Shiroma and Alawa Keita were the people that said, should Jonathan become government without allowing Northerners? PDP, not CPC, not Buhari, that they will make the government ungovernable. That was a statement of PDP, Peter Obi's political party. That was Peter Obi's political party. So when you are firing this shot, saying CPC, and trying to dodge it, to mellow it down by saying you're not. No, we are going to recount the history. So Peter Obi did not come out as Obedient. He came out as a PDP man.
Me is not my.
I told you, say it goes to turn to Wahala. Because my own time is almost rounding up, by the way. And I still have like about 3 stuffs I want to share with you quickly before I take calls, right? let's just fast forward it to where the wahala started, okay? Because wahala don't start now. Somebody don't go touch history. History where we say some no like. Now so wahala started though.
People will have their right to express themselves.
You will not allow me speak now. What do you mean this thing now? Not allow me speak now.
Any person that wants to speak here that has the
Not
mic.
gonna allow me speak now. What do you mean now? Oh no.
And it will remind you that this can only be happening in your because I don't know where to go. I will not come to a space where the other person will lose respect and feel that he has mouth and he can say whatever he likes. You understand? When the enemy does not have respect, he should be trying it elsewhere. A person insulting me on your space is like you are the one insulting should be manner. If he does not have respect for his parents, he should not come and rub it on me.
You are bringing my parents. Are you mad?
Wait.
Giving two problem makers goes. How would this place be peaceful?
Let us all calm down. We are doing exactly what we are preaching against here, which is intolerance for dissenting opinions or dissenting voices.
People will have.
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say, thank you, Lord.
What shall I say? Thank you, Lord.
Yes, thank you, Lord. I beg you. All of now where they, all of now where they do now, we versus them in IPOB or outside IPOB. Don't try and put word in my mouth. Do you understand? I just saw one weary now that dropped a comment and said, Maiyegun is misrepresenting what MNK said. So I played what he said. All of you now hear what he said. Now waiting me, I talk. That is what is important to you. I know a lot of you have been doing a lot, trying to drag me into your, into your deluded nonsense, where you have choosing faction against yourselves. Some people sold them NK. Now this one sold them. Now that one sell them. Now this one sell them. I have told you, it is only when the man himself is finally out. Maiyegun, I will actually ask him himself. Everywhere. You know what I mean? Like embarrassing themselves everywhere. Bringing shame to a noble cause. Now they do madness everywhere like lunatics. Don't come here and put word in my mouth. Do you understand? African Wahala. Please let me look around, okay, with your spanner, especially on that YouTube. When you see those Olori Brukus that are here doing their usual, okay, we versus them, they are supposed to be the same Biafrans, oh. Here you get. But when you look at them attacking themselves, they always look for where to attack themselves, where to show themselves that we are the original. We are the one loyal to Kanu. We are the one for See, the African Wahala, if you see any of them here, as many as possible, for the past 30 months, una don they try, drag me. Maiyegun, why don't you say something about that? You want me to say something you can quote. Now you have come here. Maiyegun is misrepresent. Abulori Bruku ni. They tell you say I get comprehension problem ni. Let me put spanner, ban last spanner more. Anybody where you see the OTS, once they start out their IPOB versus IPOB on that platform, let me knock spanner on the Olori Bruku ni one. They are those who have brought they have done so well to bring disrepute, to bring shame to all this struggle. Do you think we don't see you? Olori Bruku did. Anyway, let's go to the next one, Jerry, talking about referendum, Abi. This afternoon, I shared something with you. As I said, what they are locking Nnamdi Kanu up for. Now, those who participated in the destruction of Nigeria here and there, they don't talk, say, may we do referendum, may we do a new constitution, may we discuss Nigeria. Now, why are they still keeping the man? Listen to these ones.
They used the occasion in honor of the memory of the late renowned constitutional lawyer, Ben Nwabeze, to address the current challenges faced in the country.
The present 1999 Constitution, as amended, not only lacks the legitimacy that flows from a democratically made constitution, has proved to be unsuitable for tackling many of the serious challenges currently confronting our country.
Federalism, true federalism, they give them power, they won't do anything. True federalism will die. Is there any true federalism again in South South? Now they cocaine. Do you not come? If you a president, any change?
Professor Mike Ezekome, SAN, in a keynote raised some fundamental questions bordering on the referendum, which he explained will allow the people make their inputs rather than the 1999 constitution imposed on them by the military.
Nigerians must own their own constitution through a popular referendum of the people, like was done to the Midwest Constitution on the 10th of August 1963, when it separated from Western region. Without that, we will just be on a journey to no destination.
In reaching a common ground, it was unanimously agreed by the dignitaries present that there is a need to set the template for a constitutional amendment by interfacing with the National Assembly members to pass a bill on establishing a National Referendum Commission, which President Bola Ahmed Tinubu can assent to.
There is therefore a dire need for a people-oriented constitution which will be subjected to a national referendum and will be self-enforcing.
Lie, na lie, na lie, na lie, you lie. Every time you see them like that, when they say walaita lie, walaita lie, tell them, say na lie, you lie. Na Kolu told us. Sure you get. Thank you, Jare Kingsley Ogeriaki. I believe I pronounced that right, yeah? Ogeriaki. Aye, some powerful Benin name there, right? Now, that is my other brother, which is the E85. Always there. You know what I mean? All hail Biafra, all hail Oduduwa. See, Baba, I know they pay mind to them. Do you understand? But some of these things are pretty much embarrassing. Brothers fighting brothers. Supposed brothers every AKD. Maiyegun, na them sell our leader. Na this one sell our leader. Na that one ekoshidanu ke buruku sigbo. We are going to disclose who sold our leader tomorrow. Next tomorrow, we are going to, you have created so much within yourselves, and everywhere you see yourselves, they fight for validation. Now we be correct one. Maiyegun don't talk to those ones. You know. And some of you are actually like adults. You are not kids. Everywhere on social media. Every AKD, every small time. You know. They know they tell you now, I know they use in a sense. So don't bring that to me, okay? When I see comments like that, I will tell you straight up. You get me now? I will tell you straight up. And I don't give a fuck about you. That offends you, fine. You understand? So don't bring that closer to me, okay? I have invested enough, right, time and energy to make people understand that your division is not in anybody's interest. The division among those who knows the rotten system called Nigeria. Your rivalry, your division is stupidity. You're fighting a monster, a generational monster. Do you think when they talk about the system in Nigeria, do you think they are talking about one man or two men? They're talking about the conglomeration of all rogues who make the system. So don't you think you need yourselves? Every small thing. Anyway, African Wala, well done. About any of them, once they start their IPOB rivalry, once you see them ban last Panama or Lori, it doesn't matter if one of them is your friend. Anybody that miss you, get rid of them. You know, I've done my best all this while to make sure that they don't find a fertile ground here. Other places that's comfortable for you. Now, Aregbemogbo is promoting parliamentary system of government, parliamentary system of government. After spending 8 years as governor, 8 years as minister, now this democracy, this federal system of government in Nigeria is not sustainable. Nigeria need a parliamentary system of government where everybody could run their own affair on their own. I want scammer.
The first motion is about democratic representation. We have been talking about form of government, constitution. How do we elect people to the parliament? Yes, globally, what we have is what we do in Nigeria. I see a fault. I see an error in it. People are elected based on residence. And with modern life, we are disconnected. Yes, in the traditional society, residence could be a forum of relationship, of engagement. In modern life, it is not. We are united more by production, through production. So, in therefore seeking appropriate democratic representation, let us look at production as the basis of representation. That's my first submission. I'm not an expert on political science. I have looked at it. We have a best form of representation. The answer is no. People are engaged more in production, in whatever form. Let us seek out to define a way of representation that will ensure that productivity, production, productive acts, and those engaged in production in several forms, services, and the
of our greedy leaders. Oh, thunder, where are you? This is the time you are supposed to strike, so that you eliminate all of them, so that you have peace in our nation. Or join them in one aeroplane, so that it will crash land in the course of their journey.
Our Lord, amen. Anyway, that is me. Oh, somebody actually took that to heart, right? Because of me talking like that. Oh, Maiyegun, you are losing your cool. Ignore the It's like you are new, Abi. You are new here. I don't think you are. Just understand that every face I make is for the message and is for the, everybody will get the message, go get on. When I'm supposed to put on a smile, I'll put a very beautiful smile on that. You'll be like, where you are, you'll be grinding like. I just don't like it when, grown-ups, right, who are supposed to understand the importance of a struggle, right, continue to trivialize it on trivialities. I don't like that, all right? And I do my best to stay away from it. It doesn't benefit anybody. And so far, so good, it has never benefited anybody. You know that. I don't want to be the one to judge whatever anybody wants to believe. I just don't want you to bring them to me or begin to quote me. Oh, Maiyegun, you are misrepresented. They tell you I get a comprehension problem. Anyway, Sha, my time is so up. So I'm going to go make another fresh cup of tea. You're not going to believe them. See, there are some of these lunatics, right? They actually said it. They said it's the Igbos. Listen to this one. They said that you see that Maiyegun, that one that is trying to is a Yoruba man, but he's trying to be like to pretend that he loves the Igbo because the Igbos go to his platform to go and give him super chats. You won't believe how stupid some of these people can be. Ridiculous. Grown-ups. He's a Yoruba man. I don't trust Yoruba man. I don't even understand why our people are going to his platform, like people like that here. Instead of all of us to go to the platform of our Igbo this and support him, they always go to this Yoruba man this. I have them here. I used to have them here. So when I feel like I no longer have all these Olori Brukus here anymore, those ones who are seeing imagine somebody will say, oh my God, this is the first time I'm seeing a Yoruba man saying the truth. So you want me to now jump up and say, oh my God, look at this Igbo, this is my Igbo brother. He's seeing a Yoruba man that is saying the truth for the first time in his life, and you want me to jump up? Abolori Brukunie. We know your type. We know you bigoted wearies. And that is why the bigots among us, those ones who are bringing shame to Yoruba land, the real Yorubas, some Oluwabis, they are calling them out as at when due. So don't come here, come they hide behind. Oh, it's like this. I'm not looking for your patronage. And I've told you, Igbos does not need anybody's pity. The reason why I will never stop pointing out the injustice and the victims of injustice in Nigeria is because one day they will come for my own people too. And when they did, there will likely be nobody to speak for us anymore because they would have killed those. I mean, we would have joined them to all, we would have kept quiet because the people they are targeting or profiling, they are not Yorubas. I mean, at least they are not Yorubas. What's our business? So I have told you this. If you're an Igbo man watching Maiyegun, I am not doing this because I want you to, you know what I mean, like, see me as somebody who love Igbo so much. No, I do not love Igbos more than my own Yorubas. I do not. But you know something? I love everyone that is human in the sense that when I see injustice anywhere, you can count on me that I will speak about it passionately. Because one day, I may be the victim. And if I keep quiet, there will be nobody to speak for me. So if you're an Igbo man watching Maiyegun, I do not need your patronage per se. You know, when I say patronage, I'm not saying, I'm not doing this because I want you to see me as a Yoruba man. No. Don't be daft. We're in a mess. The mess we are in, nobody is spared. Whether you are Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, Fulani, whatever it is, when you open your eyes clearly, you realize that we are all in danger. So if I see somebody whether they kill right now, I'll just look away and say, oh, because it's not me. When they are done with them, they will come for me. Can't you think that? Well, I have seen some people where we say they'll be adult with, they'll be children with adult body. So don't come here and play all this, your dirty ethnic, religious. That's why I fire everything. And there's nothing I can talk about. Do you understand that? And if you have been paying attention, I'm not Fulani, I'm not Hausa, I'm not Kanuri, I'm not from the north, I'm not a Muslim. But I've reported more of the injustice that the innocent people from northern Nigeria have suffered. Does that make me a Fulani or make me an Hausa? So don't come here and say, this is Yoruba, and I don't need all your praises. Koko Shidano. All this your bigotry and all of that is laced in. I'm just trying to praise you. Koshidano, Koko praises Edano. The point here is this. If all of us know the danger we are in, we will first of all, we will first drop all our ethnic, tribal, religious, and every other thing that they've used to divide us and face the danger we are facing because none of us is spared. Anyway, I'm going to go make my tea because I don't use part of your time. The line will be opened. Okay? Now, will be your time to call me in. Oh, yeah, well, pick up that phone. Call in. Don't type. Call in and say whatever you are typing there to my face. Call in and say it to my face. I'm not trying to scare you. You can say whatever you like, okay? And I will defend myself as I like too. Meanwhile, if you have to go, that's fine. For those who are waiting behind to be part of it, to phone in, right? The line is open and I'm already seeing the calls coming through, but I need to make myself a fresh cup of tea. That may take me about 2 minutes. Is that all right? Of course it is. I will be back. That's right. Because I have used a lot of our time, so I'm just going to, excuse me, I'm just going to mix my juice, I'm sorry, my drink, and that's going to be half cup of tea as well as a full can of iron brew juice. So we'll mix that in the next 1 hour just to keep hydrated. Here is my first caller tonight. Hello there. Can you hear me?
Hello, brother.
Hello, sir. How are
you,
you?
Baba?
Irumole, come here. Irumole. I don't go drag some of you out tonight. It's going to be an interesting night. How are you, Baba?
How are you, my baby? How are you?
I am very well, Baba. Surviving.
How is the family? How is madam and my children? How they dey?
Give God the glory, Baba. We thank God. Thanks for asking.
Firstly, as I always talk, help me thank madam and the children.
Yes.
At least for them to give you that chance, that time, Baba. Most of people within Nigeria, maybe say I dey insult anybody, you understand me? They know as they go. You know why? Because this kind of job, coupled with family, Baba, even me we are not do this kind of thing. I don't go lie for you, Baba. Sometimes I will just look, say, maybe see, I won't lie to you. Now only one boy I get, no, my daughter don't grow. I dey imagine people will get like 2, 3, 4. See how then they cope. Sometimes that boy will do something. I go say, oh, more. See, I never carry my load wrong. Come on for us for this boy, God. It's kind of thing, just so. I tell you.
I know. We're not superhuman. We just find a way around it. You know, like whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well,
That is why they always say, first, make help me to thank the madam and the children. Yeah.
And she's always, she's always very much like ready to always get
because most of the time you spend telling people that want to listen the truth, I know she will be the one taking care of the family. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. Here it's not like Nigeria that you can easily get with what they call it.
Can stand in and help you fill in. Here you have to pay extra. So
but
you do know.
Baba, childminder, if they tell you price, I not go lie for you. Nobody will tell you, say, you need to create time more. They tell you. So, Baba, thank you very much for the good job. I just say, I appreciate you. Yesterday, I tried to call in. Now, only one thing I just want chipping. I just want tipping that yesterday. You see, in terms of that killing, you understand me, is a very big shame to someone like Goodluck Jonathan. A very big shame to him. Well, they know the shame person, they shame as they talk.
Oh, they say you can't shame the shameless. Now, so
that's shameless because you can just imagine how soldier could just go kill 100 people. But see, they always they ask all these things with the happen. Some even the countries where war there. Some if you just say, okay, fine, war this one way, then just kill 100 people unnecessarily, nothing.
I tell you, no.
Baba, that's why when I type in this and I say, is there any country called Nigeria? Make anybody tell me. No, it's true, because there's no country called Nigeria. We are just deceiving ourselves. And that pig, sorry to use that word on your program, call himself Asari. Where Asari they when they kill 100 people? You know, come out.
No, for now. Maybe in the set the camera. It's still the set the camera.
Up till now, this pig never open mouth talk anything. Tomorrow you go come out, you go say, watch your back, oh. If then they come, I go run past you. But you know where would they pay toll gate for airports, for international airports, they go international airports. Asari no fear run from that toll gate, to that car park.
I think maybe it's just a metaphor that he's got his boys that can carry him or get him to escape than some of us.
where all those Asawana, with the life of the where are they when they are killing 100 people in Niger Delta? Or where the thing happen? Is it not in
it is Delta, now Niger Delta. Then they went on to Bayelsa. Ogboro do something community, something like that. Ogboro Madu or something.
Like that peak go come out, go open man. Asawana.
In no
No. Baba, I beg. Where's the cast me? I beg. Man, I leave you. I just go put my head somewhere.
I know.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for calling in, okay? You have a good one.
Thank you. Good night.
Nice one. So that's Irumole. Okay. Here is another caller on the line. I hope I got that. Hello there.
Maiyegun. Hello, Maiyegun.
Oh, is that Ahmed?
Yeah, Maiyegun.
I am very well, Baba. Sonu. Yaya de.
Barka.
Barka lau.
Yawa, ya gida ya aiki kwana da yawa.
Alhamdulillah, madala.
Yeah, jin daɗi.
Did I actually get that right?
Yeah, you got it right, bro. You got it right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, jin daɗi.
How are you?
Last year, hello. Thank God. Thank God.
Now here we
are. Aikin kana kyau. Aikin kana kyau.
Alhamdulillah.
Yawa, Kai, you get him. You know what I said? I said you're doing a good job.
And I said,
they said Alhamdulillah.
Right? And I said,
you are there.
Like, that's right. But
yeah, that's right. Yeah, Alhamdulillah. We thank God. Yeah.
You need to come down in August, okay, to the Yoruba Union conference that will take place around there, Baba. You need to put it in your own thing. Eh?
Maiyegun,
World War III never start then.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, you know the nature of the thing.
Somebody who is like
I even just got back on weekend. I just got back.
So are you in the States now? You are in the States now, right?
Yeah, I'm back home right now. I'm back home. Just got back. Thank God.
Oh yeah.
I didn't.
Anyway, Ahmed.
Yeah. I didn't get to watch the. I just came in the house right now. I didn't get to watch the program.
It's been so.
I'm telling you, I have missed this program a lot. I have missed a lot. I mean, but you know, notwithstanding, we will still contribute one way or the other.
Exactly. Now, at least there are others that you also follow me too. Now, hit me up.
Of course.
Go on.
Of course. So, Maiyegun, about the because I watched the video of the burning and stuff that they did in Southeast.
Okwama people, right?
Is it Southside? Yeah, all those people. You know, and I've been on internet. I've been, looking at different stuff, people's reaction, and most of my northerners, my people from the north, I have engaged a lot of them. We engage a lot,
Those who are calling for the cleansing of these people. Ahmed,
I was like,
Ahmed,
but we still have
this
now.
Ahmed, may I ask you something? There's something on your screen.
Yeah.
These are the soldiers that died in what they said is the ambush or attack on the soldiers in Okwama.
Yeah.
But do you know that we have now discovered that the spot is actually like a bunkering site? The water, the river there, with different where they do.
Maiyegun, now where are they carry you go?
Now you go carry me go there. Before you carry me, you go explain this to me. This one on your screen, right? How did all these northerners in one fell swoop became a battalion that is guiding oil bunkering and stealing of crude oil in the axis of Niger Delta? And they are from the north. About all of them died. Tell me why this makes sense in the military. Well, I know you probably will tell me it doesn't make any sense. But how come that those who have never been to an area, who didn't come from a particular area, they move down to those areas so that they could easily carry out their attacks because they have no connection. So why? Ahmed, now let's go back there.
Maiyegun, you see, everything about Nigeria is untrue. Take it or leave it. Everything about Nigeria is untrue. So if you see something, there is more to it. If you see any news that is coming out from that place, there is more to it. Most especially when it comes to security aspect like this. There are some hidden things that only them know. Maybe we can just then we'll now get to understand like the front page.
Just to have a
Not
context.
the book, just to have a context of what it consists. Because now you call these people fallen hero. How are they fallen hero? How? What happened? You're not even asking questions like what happened? How did it? What were they doing there? Who gave the order? You understand? Ask questions like what were they looking for in that spot? What was going on in that spot?
And were they actually killed by the civilian of Okwama? So if they were killed by the civilians of Okwama, how come the same military trace a militant leader to Bayelsa, where they killed 11 people
there,
for the same reason?
Exactly. You know, they will always find someone to take the blame. You know, they will never be the ones to take the blame. Never. They will never be the ones to take it because they know what they always plan. They know where they are heading to. The place that you have never heard of, any kind of bad thing, or we know that those places, bunkering, all those kind of things goes on there, and soldier and the civilians over there, and the same job. They do it hand to hand. And then they run out. What happened? Kilo shele la and auto pass 16 soldiers. Kilo shele. What happened?
Like kilo happen gongo. And you know, in fact, you know what they told us as well, Ahmed. You know what they told us is before they told us that 16 soldiers have been killed. Do you know that this military have been going back and forth in that place and they have been killing people starting from the day they called the meeting? Baba, they've killed over 100 people already. Before they told us that they have killed 16 soldiers.
That's 16 soldiers. When they were killing over there.
Ojade sit out until they breaking news.
So now they look for who won't take the blame. So they will look. Do you know that the same day where those things happened, a day before, they killed about 70 soldiers in Maiduguri. They displayed their body. How many villages
you are right.
were
So they exhumed the body of about I think how many soldiers somewhere in I think in Port Harcourt, Bayelsa too. Baba, David. Oh dear. Continue, Ahmed.
Maiyegun, I was on this chat, I was telling, I said, you guys don't reason. You guys, they use your head every single day, and this is how you guys gonna continue being. You will continue to go inside your room. You're not feeling down. Wallahi, I told them, I said, wallahi, bazaku taba shaba. Kokadam bazaku taba shaba. This thing don't even make any sense. How will they kill people in Northeast? Same soldiers that they kill over 70 soldiers in Northeast.
And it is
they don't clear any house. By clearing,
and the communities are not raised down or burned down. Right.
Excuse me, make I even speak outside small. I'm clearing Sojoji Kusan. I'm clearing Sojoji Kusan Sabain and Northeast. Babu gidajen da aka kona. Babu wanda aka kama, babu wanda aka kashe. Where an kashe sojoji guda 16 a South, where an shiga where aje clearing a whole community. Community ne ta kashe sojoji. Ko kun san me sojojin suke a wurin? Menene 16 soldiers din suke a wurin? Kuna tambayan questions? An zo an kawo muku abu social media an ce an kashe sojoji kuma kuna jin daɗi ai an shiga a level da su. Ba ku da hankali ne wani irin wannan rashin tunani kenan kuma an jima ku dinga politician are playing ɗinku every single day. Ku da ya kamata ku dinga ihu kuna zuwa social media kuna ihu cewar ana kashe ku da should leave these people alone. Are not east, are not west, are not central. Mutane nawa aka kashe a Kaduna alone yara nawa aka kwasa in the space of how many weeks an kwashi yara sun kai 400. Ana ta kidnapping. Guda nawa aka je aka yi leveling. Mutane nawa aka shiga daji aka je aka yi leveling. Amma sai su zo muku da wani banzan story daga south ko southwest ko east kuma ku dinga jubilating kuna jin daɗin cewar ana clearing ɗinsu. Are you guys mad? Ba ku da hankali ne? Ba ku da tunani ne? An jima sai ku shiga gida ku fara wai cewar kuna sallah kuna salati. Wani irin sallah da salati kenan na munafurci? Wannan munafurci na fitan hankali kuke yi. Wannan babu hankali a cikin ko kaɗan. Wannan rashin hankali ne. Kuma wallahi sai Allah ya tambaye ku dukanninku. Wallahi sai Allah ya tambaye ku. Saboda wannan munafurci ne kun sani kuma kuna danna sani. Wannan ai hankali a ciki. Ya za a yi kuje an kashe mutane a Maiduguri har yau a gobe ana kashe mutane a Maiduguri. Sojojin da ku kuke cewa an kashe su a South East. Ranar da aka kashe mutane 16 a North East din fa an kashe sojoji sun fi guda nawa. Me aka yi? Kun ce ba kwa son inyamurai, ba son inyamurai. Ku bar su tafi mana. Alaban kowa ya tafi, kowa ya je zaman shi. Nigerian ta rabu kowa ya tafi. Inyamurai su tafi, Yarbawan su tafi, Hausawan kowa ya rabu. A je a zauna lafiya. Ba kwa son mutane kuma kuna son ku ci gaba. You want them in the same country. Ba kwa son su. Wannan wani irin rashin hankali ne. Kuma same 'yan siyasan da suke sa ku cikin wannan matsalan kuna bin sa gindi sai campaign ya zo ku bi su ku ta sewa ne. Wallahi sai Allah ya tsine muku dukan ba ku ba 'yan siyasan ba, wallahi ba ku ga komai ba. Kuma wallahi yanzu suka fara ba Tinubu ba, ai ba yayi nashi ya gama. Tinubu ya dauka ko to in ba ku yi wasa ba wallahi shi ma sai ya kai ku ba za ku taba iya dawowa ba. Ba za ku taba iya dawowa ba. Babu Najeriya ya wuce beyond repair. Babu wanda zai iya gyara muku Najeriya. Ku sani ku san gaskiya. Saboda Najeriya ba ta kan track. Foundation na Najeriya ba ma babu foundation. So ka gaya mai ya za a yi kai gini akan rashin foundation. Yaya za a yi kai gini? Ginin nan bai wuce ba saboda Allah. Wannan wani irin rashin hankali ne. Kai Maiyegun Allah.
What is Allah ya kare? Kuma ya gama tulon shekwe fún ẹni o baba because
Allah ya kare. May God bless.
Allah ya kare. Emmys interpret for others. Me, I have an idea of what you talk. Cannot be everything, but I know say Emmy interpret for others when they listen. All of us.
You know, Maiyegun is just basically the things we talk about because we know we have some people from the north here who. Because there was a day I was talking to one guy, he said, he's seen me watching my movie. I was like, what am I watching right there? I said, I'm watching one of my guy like that. He said, I said, he has seen this guy before. I said, oh, you have seen the program before? He said, yes. I said, oh, okay. I mean, you need to settle down and listen to him. He does a long broadcast, but until you sit down, remove the sentiment, don't put sentiment, because I know if you start watching, he's going to say something that will make you feel like this one doesn't even want me watching. So, don't put sentiment. Sit down, listen to what he has to say, watch it 1, 2, 3 times, like repeatedly. Watch it repeatedly, then you would understand where he's heading. He doesn't hate anybody. I mean, he's just trying to enlighten people to, to be cautious of what is going on around them. So basically, I know we have outside people that are watching this program, which I'm just trying to put it out there. It's a reminder to them to understand that hating the people from the south, hating the people from the southeast will not do them any good, because it's not even doing them any good. If they are killing the soldiers in southeast, how does it even help the kidnapping that is going on in the north? It doesn't help. It doesn't change anything. Tomorrow they still come back and they'll still kidnap you guys, and you guys gonna go back in your houses and you go back and start praying, doing nothing, because you want to pray to God. Meanwhile, the problem, you guys are the ones helping the problem to continue to grow. That's right. Because if you don't give these people the support, how would they keep doing you doing you guys like this? Fucking you guys up. Sorry for my language. They keep messing you guys up, and you guys will continue to go worship them. Today they will do this, they will do that. You are hailing them. They killed 16 soldiers in Southeast. Have you guys asked questions like what was going on there before they killed 16 soldiers? Was there any war over there? No. We don't have any war over there. So how comes they killed 16 soldiers that you guys are not even asking questions, and you are happy that they are leveling a whole community? Meanwhile, you have criminals, you have terrorists, you have people you call terrorists, you call bandits. They continue to come in at will when they want to come in and kidnap a whole bunch of people. And there is no one day that you have seen the military go into a certain bush whereby they know where they are because these people make videos. They put videos out there. So when have you seen the military go into that space and say, okay, today we're going to level up this place. We're going to clear this place. Just to tell you how they have left you guys to your own fate. That means you will die and you will die for nothing. Nobody will come help you. That prayer where they pray, as you they pray, you will die for that prayer side. I they tell you because that prayer no go help you.
It won't.
That prayer no go help you. No. We where we they talk now Muslim. We are okay, need a Magana Muslim. I'm a Muslim, but forget it, leave hypocrisy. Let's face the reality. You guys are not facing the reality. You just sit down. Continue to sit down. Say you they pray. We know they pray. We know they pray. Now prayer you go you solve the problem where they happen. Which kind of madness is this? Prayer. They are sending people. They are sending people to Mecca. They are using 5 million, 6 million, sending people to Mecca to go and pray for you. Meanwhile, the people who are sending people to Mecca to go and pray for you are the problem you have.
You know.
So are they going to go and pray for that problem to go away? No.
Which is them.
They know what they are doing. Mismanaging your resources. And you guys keep putting a religion on your head. That religion will kill you. Don't worry.
It's a matter of time.
That religion.
You have done so well for us tonight. And it is...
Maiyegun, I'm telling you, my heart really hurts most of the time when I see these things happen. Because, you know, as a soldier, man, bro, seeing a soldier going through all those things, someone who is willing to defend, who is willing to leave his family, to come and defend people you don't even know.
I know.
For a love of a country. And you don't even go back. You don't go back home, Maiyegun.
I know.
You die.
There are those
like, how does it even make anything?
You know? But imagine dying
simply
because you are doing the dirty work of some politicians. And
you're doing the dirty work of some people.
A soldier. Doing the dirty work of politicians.
How much do you earn, Maiyegun? How much do you earn? A private soldier, I tell you, Maiyegun, today, a private soldier in the U.S. Army earns more than the general in the Nigerian Army.
There's no doubt.
The only thing the general can tell him that he is stealing from some kind of
general for a reason, which is to be a general over the responsibility of the
army. How much does the general in the Nigerian Army carry? You know, past 2 million naira. How much does the private?
Whether they pay their own defense chief of defense staff 1,200 naira feeding money a day. How much would they pay?
Private for U.S. Army. Private, they carry about 2,000 one something converted to the Nigerian money. And he's gonna, if he's not married, he'll be living in the barracks. He doesn't have to pay for no rent. He doesn't have to pay for no food. He will go to the DFAC and go and eat. He doesn't have to pay. All he has to worry about is probably his insurance, his car insurance. Maybe he wants to go on vacation, give money to someone. But anything about bills, nothing. And if you are married, you're living off posts. There is money that they give you for your feeding. They pay for your housing. If you know how to manage.
A soldier in Nigeria right now, who is waiting to be shot and killed, is probably using that as his own prayer point and say, God, take me to America. If I get away from here, I would never come back. You know, it's a shame. Anyway, Ahmed, thank you so much. I'll go take a few more before our time is finally out. I have to admit. But here is another caller on the line. And I want to suspect and say, this is Charm. Is that you?
Hello, Maiyegun.
Well, I believe that you, the veterans, are taking the front row this evening. You do not want to miss out in this whole discourse. How are you tonight?
I'm fine, thank you. I have a little bit of a cold.
Oh, bless you. Would you be able to manage anyway?
I'll manage. Do you know how long I've been calling? I have to talk to this.
Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, go for it, Charm.
I listened to both your talks today in the morning, but I was too emotional to call because I just, the whole MAZI NNAMDI KANU and them once again refusing him bail, and yes, denying him again. So I just thought, you know what, I don't think I'll be able to make it. I don't think I'll be able to talk through the whole without bursting out in tears or something like that. It's so ridiculous, So first of all, I mean, I listened to the whole talk this evening, and I have to say, I've always said to you that I'm not sure I can do what you do, and I have to commend you again and again, because I don't think I have the temperament that it takes to actually engage people the way you engage them. And it's very admirable that you don't actually, blow your top over and over, because a lot of the times not everybody is engaging at the level that you want them to engage in. Like you said, some people are adults, but they still engage like children.
Exactly.
And
getting
even
busy with trivialities, frivolities,
exactly
nonsensical
getting
stuff,
busy with trivialities instead of actually looking at the meat of the matter and trying to focus on the most important details that you are actually trying to
excuse me, sorry. See the bigger picture. See the
Seeing the
sacrifices
bigger
made,
picture.
see the lives lost already, and not come around and be like, it breaks up. Anyway. Oh, yeah.
And then, like you go on the chat, again, for me, sometimes the language is unnecessary. People calling Peter be a fool and things like that. And you know what? You don't know this man on a personal level. No. So I feel like, in as much as you are not in agreement with his stance, but is he entitled to his stance? Absolutely. He's an individual created by God who has his own will and who has his own ideas and his own philosophies and his own, thoughts on the thing. And he's entitled to it much the same way as you're entitled to yours. But to come out and call him a fool like you know him personally,
because you can
I don't know.
say that exactly.
Exactly. I just find it very hard, and that's why I hardly go on the chat, because
right? You want the obedient, okay, to actually respect you too. When they see you propose something, how does that work? That's why I keep reminding people, right? Like, come on, man. Like,
let's let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, right? There are people who you would say you value their respect, right? And there are people who I'm not gonna, like, a quarter of the people that we engage with, if I walk down the street, they walk past me, I'm not gonna know who they are, at the end of the day. So I'm very careful how I engage. I don't really like going on the chat because sometimes it gets nasty, and I feel like it gets nasty unnecessarily.
Most of that time
exactly.
When it gets that nasty, you're like, this is unnecessary. Like,
it's unnecessary. The tone is unnecessary. So let me start with the points I want to make so that other people can comment. All right. So the first one was, the situation in Okoma and Okobia and then Bayelsa as well, right? The truth is, as far as we know, because I also listened to Arise with at least a couple of other news outlets, and no one has actually, put out all the information and the way that you have. They have tried to, kind of like go around it without actually addressing the issues. Like you said, the soldiers have been there killing people, killing over 100 people.
Yes.
But we're not hearing that. No. What we're still hearing are the lives of the soldiers who were lost and the heroes. And I know I said to you yesterday, these people are no heroes of mine.
No, they're not.
Okay? Because a soldier, right? To be a soldier is an honorable. It is an honorable what they call it? It's an honorable
something that
profession,
like,
right?
When you're a soldier, you are saying, I can put my life on the line for somebody
I'm laying
I don't
my
know.
life down for people who I don't know,
who
because
you don't even know at all. As a soldier, when you are
Who-
present, right? Your presence should be something like a calm succor to the
exactly.
vulnerable.
People should be able to. People should be able to rally behind you and say, okay, I am safe because of the presence of this person who has taken up this honorable profession to lay down his or her life on my behalf, because they believe in this, whether it's the constitution or the people or a place, right? Being a soldier is an honorable profession.
His oath of a soldier is to put his life on the line for his country and our people. That's who they are. That's why they told us to respect them a lot. They pay supreme prices. There are a lot of us will not really pay. But when they are now the ones taking us, and we are the one paying the supreme prices because they are killing us. So we should respect them or fear them. Sorry, Jared, go on.
As far as we know, these people did not behave honorable. No. Whatever they were doing in those communities was not honorable. So therefore, there's no reason for me to feel sorry. I'm sorry. I don't feel, because I know for a fact that they did not go there to do anything honorable. They went there to do something dishonorable, to dishonor even that profession. So
women, children, pregnant women were slaughtered. I can't show you the pictures. Honestly, you need to see some of them. Honestly,
I can't even. They said, that there were children who were there when they first of all opened fire.
See, people were on the side of the bush. You see children, you see kids, right? Leg like that. The head is in the bush where they are running away. I swear, I saw some of them. I was like, why are the Nigerian media not actually really showing this? Why are they trying to convince all of us that they needed to kill civilians and burn down the villages because 16 soldiers died? They're not even telling us how they died.
They don't even telling us how they died. And I suspect, I could be entirely wrong, but I suspect that those soldiers still died at the hands of their own soldiers.
Do you know
they did not die in
the
the hands of those
said
people.
that they were killed as a cover-up for something and then burned down the community where there was no evidence to see.
Where there will be no evidence of what it was, of how they were killed. Because in a sane country, in a sane society, those bodies will be recovered. Those bullets that were shot into those human beings will be recovered. And then you can compare to the bullets that were shot by your own people to find out whether or not they match. But they're not going to do this.
They won't.
They're not going to do this because that is the evidence against them. I personally believe that those soldiers were killed by their own people. And the manner in which they were killed is the manner in which the Fulani people kill people. Because human beings don't mean anything to them. They just slaughter. So that community did not. I personally feel, again, I could be wrong, but I personally feel that they were killed.
See, they did not show any sign that they have such weaponry to confront.
They have such weaponry,
the delegation of Nigerian army who came in 2 fighter boats. They came on 2 boats to that community. Now they had no chance of doing that. So why are they killing people in Bayelsa? By the way, if the Okwama people killed those soldiers, right?
Yeah. So why are you going all the way to?
Why did they go to Bayelsa and kill 11 innocent people on the street again, looking for the leader of those who killed the soldiers in Delta?
They're just telling stories. They're trying to come up with all kinds of things to make it stick. And for people to empathize, they killed the soldiers. No, I think you people killed your own soldiers to protect yourselves from the mess that you've done.
Whatever,
right? To give yourself a cover story, right? So that you can justify the actions that are still, against humanity as far as I'm concerned. You don't kill innocent people because you are you are retaliating against, like you said, Nigeria is the only country that their soldiers kill Nigerians. And they feel justified to do so. It's crazy. And this is why it's saying that Nigeria is not a real place. It's not a real country because no country, the life of an American, the American blood is so precious.
It is.
You don't kill people like that, right? And that is why they continue to value their own people over us because they look at us. Don't think that, the Western world or the international, world don't see what we are doing to ourselves.
They do. That's another surprising thing about Nigerians. Don't let us wash our dirty in public. Like, are we in 1820? By the way, in this time that ordinary click, you don't go, millions don't see them. Let's
exactly.
You are still here talking about don't let us wash our dinner in public. The world knows Nigeria, except Nigerians.
the international community sees how we treat ourselves.
They do.
And we expect, we want to demand respect. When we don't respect ourselves, when we kill our own people, we treat ourselves less, and we want people to treat us with some kind of dignity, when we don't dignify our own selves. It makes absolutely no sense, right?
Deep.
And again,
no, that one cuts deep, Charm. We treat ourselves with so much disrespect, impunity, and the world sees it, but we want the world to respect us. How?
But you want the world to respect you. How? When you don't treat yourself with any kind of respect. Have you ever walked into the Nigerian embassy and see how we treat each other there? They see it.
They do.
They see how we treat each other, and you expect them to treat you with any kind of dignity. How?
And they do see us when we justify those kind of maltreatment against ourselves from those who are supposed to keep us safe. Then they see how we kind of justify, because we have the mob of lunatics that justifies such maltreatment.
Absolutely, total, crazy lunatics. And again, at some point, this needs to break up.
It has to.
But it has to break up so that people can, whether it's just for sanity's sake, for just, so that we can just stop hearing this kind of craziness, Now, the other point I want to touch on is the patriots of. Listen, nobody should take those people seriously.
They call themselves the patriots. Can you even imagine that? See the mockery.
Nobody should take those people seriously. The reason why I say this is because Nigerian politicians, especially the ones who have not been in the limelight for a while, have this, penchant for rebranding themselves and putting themselves out there again. This is like, trying to signal to the people who are currently in power, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still available for,
I'm on your side
whatever.
Now, forget the time that I was on that side and I make sure that what you're asking for, we make sure that it's impossible. But now I'm seeing like you now. I think what you said we should do now. Let's try something new. I said, come on. Get the fuck out of here.
No one should take these people seriously. The one that you talked about, I think he was former governor of Ekiti State that stole, I don't know how many billions.
Is Aregbe Mugbana Baba Kabiru. By the way, according to the record, he stole more than 100 billion, but he's not standing trial for corruption. You know them now. The BAPC. However, he left his own state with the debt of over 300 billion naira. It not be only that, he ensured that those in Osun State, he normalized half salary. You needed to see Osun people explaining half salary to you. Baba, I was like, I have never seen on-boot slave and voluntary slaves like this in my life. They were telling me I don't understand. Modulated salary. Have you heard that before? Modulated.
This is just,
they gave it a name.
Crazy.
Now the guy is talking about production. He's talking about investing in this or that. He never did any of that in 8 years. Ever.
But Maiyegun, doesn't that even make you scared that the depth of the problem that we have in Nigeria, we still haven't touched the surface of it? Because if somebody who has been deprived is telling you that you don't understand what they are doing, that what they are doing is in their own best interest, meanwhile they are depriving you, they are denying you, and you're still saying that in your own best interest, then we have a problem. Then something is not registered.
Now they will gather together and beat you if you insist that that's so wrong. How can they be paying you half salary? I say, what is your problem? What is your problem? What's your problem? Are you the one they are paying our salary? We are doing all of this for our state. Aregbesola has taken our state to the greatest height. I have never seen that tomfoolery in my life before. But I witnessed
greatest height. Do they have what they call it fully equipped schools? Do they have fully equipped hospitals? Do they have
all those no matter
infrastructure, world-class infrastructure?
No, that one doesn't really matter. It's here. All those beautiful schools, they their head. All those beautiful hospitals, well equipped on good roads in their head. Aregbe Mugu Baba Kabiru was building, he will construct, let's say, 5-kilometer road, all right? And it'll be like a 3-lane. And those are the first time they are seeing, I'm sorry, Osun people, you know what I'm saying, So people like, those were the first time they saw any road with 3 lanes. So they gave it names.
But that's to tell you now, that's to tell you the level of the deprivation that has gone on in those communities for them to feel that those kind of things, that's what they deserve. That's to tell you, that the problem that in order to connect these people to understand that they have been deprived and denied and they actually deserve more than what it is that they're giving. The task at hand is actually a big one.
It is huge.
It's a massive one, But having said that, let's not be how will I put it? Let us not be taken. Let us not be taken by these so-called patriots of Nigeria who are now asking for what they call it,
exactly,
referendums and
talking about referendum, new constitution.
Those are, like you said, those are chances. Yeah. Those are chances. They are not there to do anything. They're just there to signal to the people of power that I'm still here. Yes. I'm still alive. You can still use me for something. Because before they say, come, what are you guys talking about? Let's form a committee on this and that. How much will that committee cost? Another trillions of naira will go down the drain. So no one should take those people seriously. Now, with regards to Peter Obi, you see, one thing I will always appreciate about Peter Obi is his, he has his own beliefs. And like I said at the start of my talk, is that everyone is entitled to their own ideologies, their own beliefs, and their own philosophies. It may not align with yours, but guess what? He's entitled to his. And there's something someone said one time: if you stand for nothing, what will you fall for? This is what he stands on. Exactly, you fall for nothing. This is what he stands for. This is what he believes, and he's entitled because he believes. It does not mean that Biafra will not come tomorrow. If Biafra comes tomorrow, he becomes a Biafra man, and he wants to set his Biafra nation. at the end of the day. But that doesn't
make it impossible to call.
He's not the one, exactly. He's not the one that is going to stop Biafra from happening. He's not the one that is going to stop Odudua from happening. No. He has his own ideologies. He has his own beliefs. He's entitled to it. I'm entitled to mine. But that doesn't stop.
The most important thing is that he's doing something, right? And their effort can actually not only, because their effort the last time has caused an irreparable damage to the Nigerian system. Look at it today. They expect people to move on. But look at it today. Tinubu is battling with illegitimacy. You know that? Simply because of that shot on that system. The system is yet to recover from it. Now, if you have people who are group or individuals who are doing everything in their own small way to further decimate the establishment that has kept us so impoverished, divided, and terrorized, right? I don't think we should be fighting ourselves that you are not doing it right. You should do it my way.
Exactly. We shouldn't be. And you know what? You have to live and let live. But the truth of the matter is that what I am doing, what he is doing, is not going to stop. Biafra is going to happen. It is going to happen. Yes. Yoruba nation is still going to happen, whether we like it or not.
Not even it just cannot. President will prevent it from happening. Nobody can really stop that.
Nobody can stop it from happening. You know, exactly. It's just a matter of time. It is inevitable. Everything that is going on. And let me tell you something. You see, this Tinubu's presidency, I keep saying, is the gift that keeps on giving. Because even if a country, even if somebody wants to turn around this country, they know exactly where the pressure points and the pain points are and what they need to do. First of all, we don't have an army. So if a new president is coming, you expect that they ask everybody to go. First of all, retire all the service chiefs. Retire everyone in the military because they are not helping you, and then start a proper recruitment drive. Do you understand? For people with you know,
with
like
equal representation, where everybody is there. But all of this is what we are saying, that
where everybody is
we need to have that conversation. You see, the journey towards Cham, you know what I told people, right? Cham, you know what I told people? I said, even if we fight war to break up, right? Before no matter how many years we fight that war, the whole thing is still going to end up on the negotiation table and say, okay, now we don't kill ourselves tired now. Okay, oh yeah, wait. How many of us remained? Oh yeah, you take it from that place. Now your land be that. Oh yeah, go take your country. You. Oh yeah, all of them will remain for this. Now we remain with this. Oh yeah, you take that side. Now your country be that. Yeah, take it. They go. I said everything will still end up on the negotiation table. So why not jaw and not war? But our people who love war. They want action. It will still all end up in the negotiation table, Cham.
Eventually.
That's why we're asking them to let us do that peacefully now. Let's discuss this contraption now. Let's jaw now before we war. Cham.
It almost seems as if, you know, there will be, and I hate to say it because, you know, this is something I've always fought against, even from the, you know, since joining this platform, is that loss of innocent lives, because I feel like in loss of innocent blood is heartbreaking. Do you understand? It's just unnecessary. But it almost seems as if it's inevitable that these things are going to happen. Unfortunately, that, you know, like even the Idra people can wake up one morning and say, you know what, if it's this oil that they'll blow up all the pipelines. You know? What are you going to do? How many of them do you want to fight? You will kill some, but all of you will die because that is their land. You know. They say, okay, we want to defend our territory. This is our ancestral home. Blow up everything. Okay, you only send people there. Exactly, everything just pops off. It starts to pop off, you know, and everything. But you know, let me let other people call in.
You've done well. You know, you and I should be producing soon, okay? I mean, like, it should be.
I'm looking forward to it.
I know you are becoming so good at this now, and I love it. I promise. So thank you so much, Cham. Okay, enjoy the rest of the rest of the day. All right, and then you take it easy. I'm gonna try and see if I can. Hang on. Okay, yeah. I'm taking my last call, by the way. So if you are that caller, please put your act together. Okay, I want to quickly say something to the brethren because, see, if you are still watching, right? If you joined us mid program, and you can watch this from the start again the moment we wrap it up, all right? But if you are still here with me, remember, you need to like the broadcast to show that you are here. How could we have over 2,000 of us and still pretty much finding it hard, you know, for the brethren to actually like drop their own offering? It's not hard, okay? Leave the comment section for a moment. Go under this video, you'll see a thumb like that. Under it is white. click it and let it turn to blue. Once it turns to blue, go back to the comment section and we can both listen to this. My last caller. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun General to Kano Mike.
Is that Prince JJ man?
Naimo.
Why you go take it at me like this? I was thinking like this is a busy night and you are likely not going to get through until I saw some of these veterans getting through. I was like, Prince JJ man is going to sneak in as well. Here you are. You are going to be my last caller tonight. So, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, Baba. Are you?
I'm very well too. Thank you for asking. Yeah. Here we are, Baba. Go on.
Yeah, thank you, Baba. Well done. Good work. We appreciate you always.
Thank you.
Yeah, Baba, I want to touch yesterday before I come to today's
you won't take one after the other. Oh yeah, now go for it.
Yes. It's about this Nigerian soldier. I saw them inside the water with a boat.
Yes.
You know, Maiyegun, you know, there's something that I was asking. Nobody has given me an answer. Is Nigerian army, are they Navy now? Are they Navy? Are they doing the work of Navy or Navy doing their work? I don't. Which one department are they? You understand?
Prince JJ man.
Yes, Baba.
As one of my guys put up, Igboroti propoye, everything loti propoye, ace. You get that? Remember that guy? Nigeria is done for. So I won't be surprised. Baba.
Maiyegun, you know, we've been talking about this Nigerian army. You know, in fact, yesterday, you know, you delved deeply into it. Nigeria don't know that they don't have anything called army.
No.
What they have is a glorified terrorist. Glorified one with a uniform.
Unpatriotic elements.
And, you know, it's not today that they've been killing and killing and killing and killing. In fact, in other countries, when the army comes out, their civilians, they will be happy to come out.
See them.
But Nigeria, if you see an army, it's like you see a devil or a demon coming. The way people are afraid of them, you understand? Because they can just be killing. Before my eye, I was it at a cage there. An army man is there, Okada, just because Okada was riding beside him on the traffic and happened to scratch. Either he matched his brake, you know, as by mistakenly, and the Okada man hit him behind. This army man just came out and they draw out a pistol and blow the Okada man head off.
Calm down. Calm down, no Prince. Calm down.
I'm telling you.
No, calm down.
Yes.
So blow his head off. You mean like use his belt to knock
killed
his head?
Him.
I've been a gun.
Yes, killed him with gun. I'm telling you. Now this one happened at Ikeja. It's a viral matter. It's not just hearsay.
Jesus.
Did they hear me?
I deal with
this
you.
Is the way. This is the way. This is the way they kill Nigerians as if Nigerians are animals. It's only in Nigeria you will hear that a soldier will be calling a civilian bloody civilian. And they are so-called generals and major and what are they that look as if they are educated. They are comfortable with all that. Calling a civilian a bloody civilian, that means they see people, they are citizens as people that can be killed at any time. That's the meaning of when you have bloody civilians. You understand? And they do carry out that threat on every day. Every day in Nigeria, army killed a civilian. Every day. There's no single day.
All they have to do is just make up Nigeria. A story, okay? Make up a story. If you are a journalist and you decided you want to tell the truth, right? The military will come for you. It is so messed up, Prince. It's so messed up. And people's life, like you said, worth nothing.
Maiyegun, the worst is that the corruption in that army, the corruption there, you know, because they are army, nobody can ask questions, nobody will say anything. You see, Buratai, you know, the command they gave and they killed about up to 2,000 chai. just like that, and that was buried in a nation.
I know.
The citizens were killed up to 1,000 in a day.
All they needed was just to call them Shiites, that they said they are going to be dangerous than Boko Haram if nothing is done now. And that's it. 1,472 human beings were slaughtered and buried in shallow grave in Kaduna, Zaria. All right.
Maiyegun, Nigeria are in a slave camp. They don't know what they are in, the mess that they are in. That is the problem. Everybody that is there don't know they are in an open concentration camp. Nigeria is an open concentration camp where people are just moving about. They don't know that they can be killed at any time. Nobody asks of you. Maiyegun, let me come to
help me so that I can round up as soon as I can. Okay, you are the second one for today. Go for it.
Our leader, MAZI NNAMDI KANU, I was so happy to see him in his own element.
Me too.
You understand?
Did you see that part he was arguing with Binta and Yako in the courts?
Maiyegun,
that is my own proud moment. I have to say to you, like it's me facing somebody where say, see, it's like me facing somebody where we say, I know, say one single order, I can tell them to go and kill me or something like that. Like he has that power there and say, look at me very well. I will defeat you in this their court. But I like that one. No, I'm keeping the video. I'm not even changing it. It's still there in my file.
You know, Maiyegun, there's one special thing about MAZI NNAMDI KANU. As you see him, he's a meek person. Yes. But when the spirit of NNAMDI KANU that God put in him comes out, he's another different human being.
Yes.
You understand? If he speaks, you know that there's power behind his talking, not just mere words.
I'm telling you, attention seeking, cloud chasing, individual. No. When he speaks,
I'm telling you.
But even me, I found out that one of the reasons some of these people sort of dislikes him or hates him is the authority they see in his words, and they are wondering, how do people obey that? How did they become jealous? Most of it, because if you ask people we don't like NNAMDI KANU, nobody say they again, they could just say the way they talk. That's the only problem with.
Exactly. You know, Maiyegun, they are so much afraid of him. But that will not help them.
No.
That will not help them because NNAMDI KANU is a special human being. He was sent for this purpose. That's why whatever they do, the worst mistake they did was to go and kidnap him. In that they left him and they are stealing their money or doing whatever they are doing. After all, they are a sovereign nation until the day they will crash themselves because with their terrorism and what's it called? Madness, corruption everywhere. You understand? So, Maiyegun, what I have to tell them finally is this. If they want, what they are doing is delay. They are delaying themselves. If you hold somebody on the ground, you want to go to market. If you leave that person, you will be free.
And anybody
if you don't leave that person,
you are not going anywhere. It's okay, fine. We are both not going anywhere.
So you see, this shit that they want, we'll be rubbing it with ourselves. We'll be rubbing it together. You understand? And I'm telling them finally because NNAMDI KANU, if they want to be kidnapping everybody, if I think NNAMDI KANU is coming out, we are ready to surrender ourselves to kidnapping. We will go there and stay with DSS. Maybe they like to keep people. They will go there and stay with them. But for Biafra issue, it is Biafra. We are ready to die to the last man standing. We are ready to get our Biafra because Fulani men, they want to get their Ruga with their blood. So we too, we are ready to get our Biafra with our own blood.
That's right.
You know, it's give and take, vice versa. So if they think that we will do tomorrow, because they are holding NNAMDI KANU, we are going to surrender our Biafra, it's not going to work. And their corruption is helping us to get there faster. Thank you, my good general.
Prince Jejeman, well done. So much. Thank you so much as well for stopping by, okay? I have had a feel tonight, even though what we expected is not what we got, but in everything we are still grateful. Many of us are so happy to see him today, and we are more than happy to hear him speak as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, Thank you so much for spending your night or your evening with me, as usual, okay? Remember that, you know, if you joined us midway, you can watch this from the start. The first 1 hour of this broadcast covers everything that happened in court today when the court denied MAZI NNAMDI Kanu's bail application and asked his lawyers to reapply for it. The case is adjourned to 17th of April. You're going to see me before then, okay? So, to everyone, you should have a wonderful evening and even a kind of more beautiful night too. Thank you, and I will see you again. Odaro.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun Diary Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Presido bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò gbẹ́bẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o ayé.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Allow the children it's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic, and if we talk, na 500,000 they go sama us call am hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people wey dey spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. This one na dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. And in dey torchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be dey holla say dem want the power. Chai, dem be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Dem hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Person wey dey do evil no wan make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say MaiyegunDiary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, Maiyegun don't come. Oh yo yo, my people make you shout. Oh yo yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, la mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Hello there.
Làwa mọ̀, la mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun live.
Àṣírí ọ̀dẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o.
Share this broadcast. It is good to be back again. Read the caption of the broadcast. It is very important you do that. Okay? It will give you the idea of what this video is all about. Read the description of the video as well. That too will tell you more about other important issues that will be discussed in the broadcast as well. Please. Nigeria denies Nnamdi Kanu's bail today. They said he is possibly going to jump bail again. They have now defied their own Supreme Court directives. Nnamdi Kanu also sent some messages for all of us. You, me, every one of us who is in the trenches facing this contraption. He has a message. I am going to take you into the courtroom. I've got pieces of clips I'm going to share with you what happened inside that courtroom, including the exchanges between Nnamdi Kanu and the judge. Now, today, Gaba Live, tell them Maiyegun today. So, good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining from. Of course, it is Maiyegun live. I know you probably have heard the news that the corrupt, rotten, divisive establishments in Nigeria that kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu 33 months ago, just 3 months to 3 years, that he has been locked up illegally, defying their own courts. So today, also defying their own Supreme Court that said Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. When the Nigerian army, Nigerian military, on the order of Buratai the Butcher, decided to go to his house and kill him before his day in court. That was what their Supreme Court said. Ladies and gentlemen, 33 months that they have kidnapped him. They have not been able to present one single evidence of the crime they are holding him for. They have done everything to try to create and manufacture evidence by sponsoring and funding the politically, mobilized terrorists that they called unknown gunmen. On 2 occasions, Nnamdi Kanu gave his words that every kind of violence against the Biafrans, who he said is currently sacrificing for his own freedom, his health, his parents, his family. On those 2 occasions, he was completely rebuffed. So they kept manufacturing evidence. They created unknown gunmen. Yet, they are still unable to present one single evidence that Nnamdi Kanu instructed anyone or any group of people to perpetrate any act of violence anywhere in the name of IPOB. Remember, the Nigerian government under Buhari spent so much. They spent a fortune on lobbyists in America, trying to convince the American Congress to help them convince the White House that IPOB must be designated as a terrorist organization in America. And all of that money came to zilch because there was no real proof or any evidence that IPOB is behind any violence. Not now. Because if they did have their evidence, they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu for 33 months. For those 33 months, they could not present an evidence that could at least convict him. They charged him for treasonable felony. They charged him for inciting the public against the government. They forgot to charge him for calling Buhari Jibrin al-Sudani. Now, Jibrin al-Sudani is something that Nnamdi Kanu said if he is proved wrong, he will drop the entire Biafra agitation if Buhari could do DNA test. Now, they kidnapped him. He's been in their custody. He's been there. They've been psychologically torturing him. They've been doing a lot. They have been killing people out there, doing everything to possibly break him. Unfortunately, they are still yet to produce any evidence. So Buhari is gone. And Tifnumbu is now the one trying to kill Nnamdi Kanu. And it is going to be where if Nnamdi Kanu is killed, if Tifnumbu succeed in killing Nnamdi Kanu, it will be to the satisfaction of the Ronukus. I am talking about the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, the bastards, the bad idiots, including their jihadist cousins from the Sahel, Sharia, Sokoto. They will be so happy that the cause of economic hardship in Nigeria has been killed by Tifnumbu, and Nigeria can, because there are so many of them that their obsession with the Igbos is unimaginable. Now, their obsession is so strong and self-destructive that Fulani terrorists killed 3 Yoruba Obas in a space of 3 days. 3 days they killed 3 Yoruba Obas. No single rage. In fact, these Abobakus, these ass lickers, crumb eaters, crumb chasers, all risers, They were doing everything. They were overworking to try to manufacture something that is going to link it to the Igbo. Now, obsession, we can see it. It's unfortunate, isn't it? So do not let anybody tell you that it was Bokwari, it's the Fulanis that are holding Nnamdi Kanu. Forget that. The person holding Nnamdi Kanu right now is no other person than the bigoted, demented Tifnumbu, to the satisfaction of his own lieutenants. Don't ever forget that, and do not meddle in it. You see, those of you who like to stay neutral, nobody should be neutral in the face of injustice. You must remember that. You must never be neutral. In fact, when you claim to be neutral in the face of injustice, you have taken sides. And we can tell it is obviously not the side of the victims. It will be the side of the oppressors. And that's exactly where we are now. Okay? So Tifnumbu will be satisfying the bloodsuckers, the sewage dwellers in his own camp. And that's why we are going to go to their courts today. Now, in order not to waste much of our time, let's go see what happened inside that court this morning when Injustice Binta in Yako decided to continue to detain Nnamdi Kanu in the custody of the DSS criminals that are indeed doing everything to kill him. And today, Nnamdi Kanu told everybody present. In fact, he actually spoke a lot today. You would have to kind of take your time to begin to look into all of what he said and listen. Nnamdi Kanu said, they are trying to wait till I am almost dead. Then they will release me so that I won't die in their custody. I will go and die maybe after a week, a month, or 2 months after they release me. He said they have denied him access to his doctors. They've denied him access to his medication. They've denied him rest on so many occasions. He said he has developed lumps. That means under his shoulder. He has developed lumps through different kind of physical torture and psychological too, on several locations, just to their for their own satisfaction. I'm talking about the DSS guys, just for their satisfaction. They will go and bring him out and just throw him straight into the solitary confinement, where it will be for days and sometimes for weeks. They will deny him access to his lawyers, and whenever they are really present, they are timed, ush, and push out. He's denied access to his prayer time. He's quite a religious guy, right? And as part of the psychological torture to further break him, they have denied him access to his prayer materials deliberately. So all of these are the things he's enduring there. And to him, he said that he's still alive. Somehow is a surprise. Because to them, they told him, they said, no, you will use the DSS hospital, DSS doctors. And even their own DSS doctors said, refer this guy to a proper hospital for a proper check and, like care on several occasions. And they have denied him all of that. So he confronted the judge inside the court today. He told her that, listen, except if you're also in on all of this, but does it make any sense? If you accuse me of something, do I not have any right at all being in your custody? Does this court not have any right to protect somebody who is in the custody of the state? And they are doing all of this. And every now and then we come here, we complain, you give order, nobody follow the order. I'll show you. But first, let's see the entrance when Nnamdi Kanu arrived in court this morning. Are you there?
You should be on this side. You are feeling his rear. Go to this side. It's better.
Cotton is it?
Go to Adam.
So that was the entrance and all of that, the lawyers and all that. Then there were like, in-house chats and all of that with his lawyers, pretty much like briefings, right? I think I have a copy of them. I'll show you. Yes. So it gets more interesting, right? So at a point he was being asked questions, and it was pretty much about, you know what, you've not really had a chance of saying anything much other than when you are briefly, brought to court. But there's been so much going on since your arrest. A lot of people have taken up in your defense. They have taken up the struggle to even a physical one, whereby the state government, the federal government, they are actually like set out, okay? The more they set out to sort of break the IPOB, it seems that the more stronger they have become. And in fact, it's like some of them have gone radical and all that, right? But it was like, no, listen, guys, listen. We must never forget why you want Biafra. It is because of what an average Biafran is facing in the current, how the current Nigeria is structured. This is an open secret, Abi. Now, these people want to ensure that the entire struggle is broken. They are doing that with me. But you cannot continue to give them what they will be using in justifying why they continue to kill our people and then marginalize them. I'll take you to that. Listen.
Did you get it? Password, yes. No, I'm not relaxed until we get absolute and total. I'm not relaxed. We know the law. My team here, they are more than perfect. They know what to do, and they're going to do it. And we're going to prevail ultimately. Because justice must prevail.
He's still in the dog.
The court also that
we'll give you a woman from Southeast.
Depending on the strength of the argument. They are using it to do experiment against us. Exactly. I don't see there is no way we're going to allow that to happen. My right for justice. Yes. My right to fair hearing must be observed. They brought him to Kenya into this dock and allow him to talk without his lawyer. And he's only fighting for justice. Yes. I have congenital heart failure. Congestive heart failure is called. From the medication, you can tell. So they're basically trying to keep me alive. So when they calculate that I'm about to give up, that my heart is about to pack up, they will now say go. So when I go outside, I will die outside. That's what I'm trying to do.
The medications they've been giving to you,
yes. It's not working. It is working. Why would I have all these lumps underneath my...
And he has written a petition to the Nigerian Medical Association where they brought one quack doctor, somebody who is not a doctor, to treat him.
To come and try and treat him.
But up to now, they have nobody.
They don't know what they're doing. And they know they don't know what they're doing. Or else, why would I have this?
As long as it remains in the SS custody, there will be no trial.
He's seeking for a non-custodial arrangement by the court. Because, exactly, I don't mind house arrest. Because I'll defeat them. In this court, I'll defeat the government of Nigeria. Yeah. The whole world will see it. Where is the treasonable felon? Where is it? All these years, journalists are having treasonable treason. What is treason today? It's gone. In some way, this terrorism charge will go. I'm thinking of another capital offense that can charge me. Maybe, I don't know, impregnating the wife of somebody. I don't know. The federal government, they know I'm not guilty. My only guilt is that I'm fighting for my people. And I will fight for it. For justice. For justice and fairness and equity.
Advice to the people of those who are using IPOB to commit crime.
Using IPOB to commit crime is a thing. Yes. It's not part of this family.
Repeat it again.
Our family is based on 4 cardinal points. You must be without fear before your enemies. You must speak the truth always, even if it leads to your death. You must help the poor and those who cannot help themselves, and be of good character that God may love thee. That's who we are.
So what will be your words to those out there in the East who are killing your
that they are criminals. They are criminals. They are not part of this family. We are called a family for a reason. We've come to save our people, not to enslave them. Anybody conducting any type of activity that contravenes the welfare of our people is a criminal and must be dealt with.
Wait, when you should repeat this one.
Anybody who is involved in any form of criminality, any form of violence or subversion in the name of Biafra is not part of this family. Our family is noble. It's called IPOB. It's all over the world.
So you condemn anything that has to do with killing in the southeast?
Why would I kill violence? Yes. People have sacrificed my parents for them. Why would I want to kill anybody person after that?
So anybody who's committing crime in the name of IPOB is on his own.
He's a criminal. I've said it. He's a criminal and should be dealt with adequately.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Tuesday. So that was when he mentioned the 4 cardinal points of IPOB, and strong in that is to speak the truth, even if it leads to your death. Defend the poor, all right? Defend our people, all right? So it continues. I mean, it continued.
When he Biafra, onye onye ohi ndị Igbo ga-enu ntị o, onye ọbụla pụtara na-esu ohi, na-agba ama, na-atụrụ ndị mmadụ, na-eme ihe niile ndị a niile kwere na oyi IPOB, onye abụ onye ohi ka ọ IPOB ka mmadụ. We are here to fight for freedom, for justice, equity, and fairness. That's what we're fighting for. Nothing more, nothing less. And we cannot be cowed by anybody. We are without fear before our enemies. And we speak the truth always. I want all the journalists here arrayed to go and ask them, ask government of Nigeria, what happened to treasonable felons? Where are those charges today?
From 2015.
They've just disappeared because they have no evidence against me. Anybody committing crime cannot go scot-free. I swear it. They cannot go scot-free. Anybody involved in any type of crime in the East cannot go free. And they're doing it because I'm in DSS. That's what if I said no idiot can try this rubbish. And they know it very well. They know it very well. And I suspect that some people in government are complicit. Yes. They are making money with insecurity.
That's correct.
They're making money with it. They know Nnamdi Kanu is outside. In 2 minutes, this nonsense will stop. Who is the idiot? Who is the bagger? That will speak when I'm talking. Who is the fool? Who is the idiot? I ask. That I give an order in the East and any idiot will counter it. Who is the bastard? I'm asking you. Nobody can.
Sir, are you
I'm Nnamdi Kanu. Who is the idiot? Rubbish.
No, don't. No, man.
What is it?
Can you tell us the ongoing killings in the East in the name of IPOB? What is your stand on that?
Anybody involved in any form of violence or insecurity in the Southeast
in the
name of IPOB is a gunner, and they know it. Let me come out of this nonsense, this mess. 2 minutes only. Only 2 minutes, I guarantee you.
And tranquility.
And there'll be peace in the East. Not just Southeast. Everywhere in the East, if not the entire South. Huh?
Yes.
That is
What is it? Calendar.
No, I want the hand. 1 year. There will be justice.
You heard that, yeah? So when they want you to celebrate the shooting of people at the beer parlor because they are not sitting at home. The attack on people, travelers, because they disobeyed this or that. Every act of violence against the Biafran, anybody who is actually behind it or in support of it cannot be considered to be a member of IPOB. You heard it from him. And he strongly believes, and many of us actually said it on this platform, that except for those who are indeed making money, blood money, on this state-sponsored violence in the eastern part of Nigeria, that despite being the most militarized region in Nigeria, yet they continue to what? To allow their own free criminals to roam, and innocent people and harmless people are being bombed and killed in their own homes. Especially in Imo State, where Hopeless Uzodingba, who opened the door for terrorism to the eastern part of Nigeria anyway. You heard him.